Oh, hello. Please, no, don't get up. Pleased to meet you. My name is Newton. Newton Fright. When it comes to most things, truthfully, I'd rather not, if given the option. No, not that I have a problem or anything, it's just things tend to go awry when I get involved, so I'd rather not. Understand? And now you want to know about my past. Which past? No, I mean I have a witch past, as in I was raised by witches. Have I mentioned I like puns?
Yeah, I see you staring, and I know what you're thinking. Like I'm some savage beast. I guess there's some truth to that. I mean, I grew up like most Gnols do, in a marauding pack raiding the weak to survive. I was a handful. I mean, I caused so much trouble, the pack gave me the name Havok. And that was going to be my life. Until I found a new path with the Guardian Light. I still feel all those primal urges the way I did before, but now there are these new desires. The desire to protect. So keep staring if you want. I just may have your back one day. And maybe you'll see me in a new light. A Guardian Light.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to bump into you. Oh, no. Please don't be afraid. I know I look scary and green and have tusks, but really I have a banjo. Want to hear me play? No? Well, you look like a trustworthy person, right? I can trust you? I'm afraid of everything. Figure that. A half-orc the size of an orangutan, terrified of literally everything. Irony is not lost on me. Anyway, have a beautiful day. Know of any flower fields I can take a nap in?
Thanks for the drink, stranger. Where'd I learn how to play like that? My muses rent their abilities for the night. Their price is undivided attention and rivers of ale. Where am I from? I'm from the echoes of Yukon with the broken voice, the wandering melodies of Jack's Polaricide, the breath between Herod McQueen's finishing note and thunderous applause. The pull at your belt from a too heavy money pouch. Mine's not tugging too hard at the moment, but please, ask me more personal, probing questions. Will I come to your party? Yes, I've heard of your carousing. Did I hear right that you woke up drunk with... Oh, it's happened before? Oh, I'm sure the priest didn't mind at all. But let me ask you this. Do you know the name Gaad? Never heard of him? Good. Well, I will come play for you and your rich friends. It would be your pleasure, I'm sure.
Oh, hello. Aren't you beautiful? I'm Ezra. Bess. Lovely to meet you. Please don't touch the hair. It is as luscious as it looks, but we're not that close yet, darling. Oh, you're here for one of my parties. I'm afraid I haven't thrown one in quite some time, actually. I wasn't aware there were still people around that used to go. Well, it's always good to see a friendly face, and such a pretty one at that. Who knows? Maybe another party will be in the near future. Yes, I'll be sure to invite you. Ta-ta now.
Oh, hello. Please, no, don't get up. Pleased to meet you. My name is Newton Fright. When it comes to most things, truthfully, I'd rather not, if given the option. No, not that I have a problem or anything, it's just things tend to go awry when I get involved, so I'd rather not. Understand? Ha! And now you want to know about my past. Which past? Nowhere.
Okay. Hey, everybody. Welcome. So just a couple of announcements for us before we start real quick. First thing, you might notice that we're going to be without our Aerith Gaad, our Mark Kopitzke tonight. Unfortunately, other life obligations got in the way. Won't be able to be here tonight. But we miss him, and we wish him well, and we're hoping we get him back very, very soon. Also, we want to announce that we're not going to have a play test this month. So no play test in June, but don't worry, it's only because we are working on something really, really cool for July. We're hoping to announce that officially very, very soon, but I'm just going to leave it at that for now. So no playtest here in June, but hopefully something very, very special in July for you guys. So tonight we've been having some tech issues with our camera and Zoom crashing and things like that. We made some adjustments over the week, and we hope we got it fixed. If not, what we're going to do is if our Zoom crashes once tonight, we're just going to finish our episode and record it here on Zoom and then restream it. So we're starting to restream our episodes for you guys. We'll just restream next week, and you'll be able to catch it then. So don't worry, you'll be able to catch it. But it's just too much for us to keep trying to fix it and come back and fix it and come back. It makes our episodes longer, and it's just frustrating for everybody. So we're going to see if we got it fixed. If not, catch the restream next Monday and then even the following Monday before our next episode.
Yeah, we'll probably also do it this week if we can, if we have to cancel. Yeah.
We may restream it 8 times.
Who knows? We might just do it because content is content.
Content is content. And last but not least, a big thank you to SwordCoastSoundscapes, Syrinscape, and David Kaiser Music, who allows us to use their sounds, their music, and their wonderful talents. So thank you to all those awesome content creators.
Squidda Poet, thank you very much. So far, so good, they said, everyone. So I think we're off to a great start, and I'm sure there's going to be no problems whatsoever. All right. With all that being said, let's dive into tonight's episode of Ravenloft. So, last we left off, our adventurers were relishing in the victory they had at the Wizard of Wines and trying to piece together what exactly had happened. They discovered that some of the druids had poisoned the vats of wine that were in the winery. They also discovered some weird barbs that were left over on Havok's skin after touching one of the staves of the druids. As Havok gnawed at them, eventually Davian Martikov realized this was some kind of blight, a disease of some kind that could only be cured with a specific herb found at Yesterhill. They also discussed the fact that the Martikovs had been using these magical gems that had been gifted to their family around 200 years ago to grow their wine on the arid land that is Barovia. And the druids had taken 2 of the gems. One that was taken to Berez, a place the Martikovs dare not go, and another that they believe was taken to Yesterhill. So with this information in mind, and with a quick intervention with their friend Stiki, where they tried to casually bring up how using swords in battle is pretty cool, and ask some questions about paper usage and bowel movements. Just really a cornucopia of an intervention.
Sticky's a hot mess.
After that, they went out on the road to make their way towards Yesterhill. They came across some odd cabin that appeared in the woods. Looking inside, they saw a woman who was in hysterics, screaming for help, and before they could get inside, she was pulled away by some dark, shadowy figure. However, when they got inside, they found no body. They found blood marks on the ground, and they ended up moving on from the place, fearing that this was perhaps just an echo of the past. They also came across a battle site that appeared to have druids and forest folk, but from 2 different factions. Davian mentioned that there were some who had turned to follow Strahd as their leader, and some who had remained pure to the land of Barovia itself. As they took care of the bodies, kind of setting them up so that their death would be somewhat more respectful, they then made their way to Yesterhill. Emerging out of the trees, they saw this large 400-foot hill storm clouds raging overhead, lightning crashing as they made their way forward. And this is actually where we're picking up. You guys are at the base of this hill, just starting to ascend on this circular path that appears to run around it. Rain is dripping down, cold, wet as rain is. And you start to push your way through this fog that is in the way. You also see on this terraced hill, you see cairns set into the sides of it and kind of just all along it. The path itself heading up this hill is probably about 20 to 30 feet across. So, what are you all doing?
Well, this seems like an uphill battle.
All right, that's our episode. Night, everybody.
Are we expecting anybody to be here?
Who are you
I
saying?
don't
this
know,
to?
but be wary.
To
just in
kind of look at Davian. Davian? Where we're with Davian?
Yes, Davian, his kind of long gray mane, a little bit wet from all the rain, starts pushing it back out of his eyes as it's kind of dripping down his beard, and just says, I'd keep an eye out for the druids, of course.
Okay, so just to recap for myself,
So
we're here to find the herb for me, and maybe look for the gem. Yeah.
wait, there's going to be more druids.
Yes.
That would be
Maybe.
my guess.
This isn't some like stone hidden in a tree. It's guarded.
I don't know. I don't know what they've done with it. I just believe it to be here.
Does something seem off about the tree?
The tree? What do you mean?
We're
Well,
not
this
at
is-
the top yet.
Oh, sorry, you're just
No, but-
asking Davian?
No, I'm like but I can see the tree, right?
At this point, you can't. Looking up, I mean, the hill is so high. Each level is about 100 feet. So as you look up, you cannot see up to the top.
Oh, okay.
You could
Okay.
vaguely see it as you approached from a distance, but nothing out of the ordinary. It looked like a, maybe
Got it.
kind of creepy tree, but
So, what constitutes a hill as opposed to a mountain?
Are you topographically? Are you talking about
Landmass?
topographically?
Just mean, like, why do they call it? What's the name again?
I think mountains are more stony, and I think hills are more grassy.
Well, it also might be the way they're formed. Like I think hills are just kind of natural buildups of soil, where a mountain probably has more to do with like tectonic plates. I don't know how I know that.
the Havok knowledge is so odd.
She knows about she's good with maps and topography. I don't know.
But has no idea what like making out is or anything like that.
What's the name of this hill again?
Yesterhill.
Okay, Yesterhill.
Can everyone please roll a perception check for me?
Yay.
I can't. Should I want one
Yay.
for Aerith as well?
Sure.
Okay.
10.
11.
15.
21 for Havok, and I mean not great for Aerith. I think maybe 7. Let me double check that. Perception 7.
Okay. Havok and Stiki, as everyone's talking, and even Havok, as you're explaining the topographical differences between a mountain and a hill, suddenly you hear something and you kind of stop speaking for a moment. Stiki, you hear this too as you turn to face the slope heading up the hill. It sounds like you hear talking coming closer. What are you guys doing?
I'm trying to like hush people. Like
He point, and he starts whimpering.
Davian puts a hand over your mouth, Stiki. She says, "Hide." And he starts to dart off towards one of the cairns on the side.
I silently mouth "fuck."
Same.
I'm so bad at hiding.
Ezra would also go hide.
Okay.
I just wanted to double check, just because I missed last time. We are fully rested, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Full health, full spell slots.
If you are hiding, go ahead and roll a stealth check.
I think Aerith would hide.
That's fair.
I think Aerith would be the first one to. Ooh.
Aerith? He's gone already.
Don't forget your Cardic Inspiration, folks.
I don't think a Cardic Inspiration can help that. That's a 2.
Well, Havok got a natural 1.
I rolled a 4.
Oh my gosh!
Aerith got a 13, but there's
We're
no
all
point at
going
this
out
point.
together.
You got.
I didn't just mouth fuck. I actually shouted it by accident. Fuck!
Okay. As you guys are see Davian dart off, and he rolled fairly well in the stealth check. You see him kind of duck behind one of the cairns. Looking around, you just don't see too many great hiding spots. You try to make your way over to some of the cairns, kind of ducking in between. Havok, you and Ezra make your way towards one, and as you get there, you accidentally bump into each other just a bit and hit the rocks, and they start to topple over onto the ground.
Yeah, I think at the same time they try to hold him up.
At this point, you hear those voices stop. Dura. Walking around the corner, you see a large half-orc. Wearing very little, just really a loincloth, but has a battle axe out. You can see 2 red marks across the neck as he starts to make his way forward.
Do
Can
I
you see us?
recognize?
He's walking forward.
Do I recognize him?
Make a history check.
Oh, I rolled a nat 20.
That is amazing, but you do not recognize him.
He, sorry. All I know is that he's walking forward. Is that towards us?
He starts walking. He's walking down the hill towards where you guys are hiding. At a certain point, walking maybe about 30 feet from you, he stops for a moment. Turns back. Shirastanga.
What is that? Is he speaking Orcish? What is he saying?
He's not speaking Orcish.
What is he speaking? Do I recognize it?
It is Druidic.
I come out, I walk, he's like 30 feet away.
Yeah.
I come out onto the road and I say, Sarastinga.
Okay.
And I'll show like my palm with like the...
At that, he raises his axe. Toss weapons.
Okay. I'll take my... Well, God, I have so many. Mace, spears.
As you do that,
darts.
Havok, as you start taking them, are you just throwing them in front of you?
Yeah.
As you do that, you see 2 others come around the bend. One is a human female, kind of long, bedraggled hair all across, and she's holding a large staff. Somewhat similar to the one you guys saw, but not quite as darkened. And you also see what appears to be some kind of minotaur, but the horns are broken off. And they make their way forward to you. The orc, as you toss your weapons, kind of grabs your face and looks at you. Others.
Yeah, you guys.
Others!
No?
He throws you to the ground, or at least attempts to. If you'd like to
Okay.
resist, you can make a strength saving throw, or a strength check, rather.
No, I'm not going to resist.
Okay.
I'll just let him throw me.
Also, make a deception check while you're at it.
All right. Whoa! That's a natural 19
Okay.
plus 0.
Okay. Yeah, they believe you, and those of you watching kind of get the sense that he was on alert. He thought he saw people down here, but Havok has kind of taken their attention. So as they toss you down, the Minotaur kind of grabs you by the back of your neck and lifts you up to your feet. starts walking you forward. The woman kind of looks around, peering out in the fog. At one point, you swear she catches your eye, Ezra. But she turns and follows the Minotaur leading Havok up the hill. The orc puts the battle axes down by his side again and turns and starts walking back up the hill with Havok. I'm sorry, they also would have collected Havok's weapons, so they're carrying, the orc is carrying that stuff up as well.
How far away are they?
At this point, they are about 30 feet, so he kind of closed the gap to come and get Havok, and now they're making their way back. Making their way.
So what do you want to do? Are we gonna let them take him?
Her.
Take her?
It's been 20 episodes, Newton.
Is this working?
I'm not feminine.
We have not heard you whispering, if that's what you're asking.
I can't. I don't think my microphone is working.
No, we hear you.
We can hear that.
You can hear this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, I'm gonna pretend I'm whispering, but clearly my microphone can't pick that up.
Totally
no, I can't suspend this disbelief.
So Ezra's gonna go, well, any of us sneaky?
No, none of us have ever been sneaky.
Should we let them go, or should we try to stop them?
She's so brave. I can be sneaky. I can be sneaky. We have to save Havok.
Can you be sneaky?
I can be sneaky.
Well, it's getting they're getting further away. At this point, they're now about 70 feet away.
Let's not go fuck off with this.
What are we gonna do, brother?
Ezra's just gonna try to sneak and follow them.
Okay.
Sure.
As he starts to sneak, you guys all start to follow. So everyone go ahead and make
You're all following?
As I'm walking with them, I might turn to them and be like, so, like, what is the difference between, like, a hill and a mountain?
Shut up.
Shut up. Okay. Got it. You know, I was just trying to learn.
Newton rolled a 21 for his stealth, so...
Good. It's pretty good.
17.
It's also pretty good.
Rolled a 14.
That's not bad. That is kind of the sound of a 1, but no, it's pretty good.
Well, I rolled a 10, but I have +4 to stealth.
Nice.
So you are stealthy.
Did you roll for Aerith?
23 for Aerith.
Wow, you guys rolled very high on that save Davian's natural 1. So.
Davian, you stay here.
As you all begun to move.
Wait. If I hear him start to like rustle, can I dive into a bush?
You certainly can. You get the sense. So really what kind of happens is you start to make your way out is Davian kind of looks back over his shoulder towards you, Stiki, and you see he's about to bump into one of the cairns and knock over some rocks, and you grab him at the last second, saving that from happening. And so with that, he nods to you, and you all continue forward. How far back are you staying from them?
Pretty far, like just enough to keep them in like line of sight.
Okay.
I hate cairns. Those fucking cairns.
It does start to bend as you start ascending the hill. So as you are walking up, you're keeping them like just at a distance where you see them before they like turn the corner, essentially.
Yeah.
And as you kind of get up, about halfway up this first tier, Havok, you see this first, but as you turn this bend, you see west of the hill, the land, the woods, and the sky completely vanish behind a towering wall of fog.
So, like, the fog, like, goes, like, up to the sky
like
kind of thing?
Vertically up, and it's so much thicker in that area that you cannot see past it.
Oh, wow, damn. And that's to the west?
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. Take note of that.
And after a moment, you all see the same. This massive, looming wall of fog.
Whoa. That looks unnatural.
Well, I don't want to go that way. We have to. I don't want to.
No,
I will.
I don't think we have to. I think we're just going up the hill still, Stiki. Remember, sword drawn, right? When we fight, that is.
Oh no.
All right.
Yeah, right.
As you get to the second terrace here, could I have someone roll a d20 for me?
I'll do it. Okay.
Oh, well, I rolled a 17.
Okay. Havok, you kind of start to see that you are now 100 feet above where you started. They continue to walk you forward, and as they do so, you see another group coming down. You see two half-orcs and a that both have like axes, kind of very similarly dressed as the half-orc that found you, as well as an elf. They exchange some kind of communication that you can't make out. Duratus Farog. Svarog. And with that, the Minotaur hands you over to this group. The elf kind of gets right up in your face, starts looking at you. Looks down at your hand, grabs it very forcefully. Looks at some of the barbs in it. And smiles up at you, this like horrendous yellow smile, missing teeth, moss in some of the teeth. And with that, they start leading you up. As
Irakothais.
Minotaur, the half-orc, and the human turn back around and start descending the hill. So you guys saw them all stop. You see this little exchange. And now you see that group starting to turn around. What are you doing?
Is there any kind of alcove or something?
Yeah,
that
so
I
this
can-
whole area leading up has cairns and different little spots to maybe hide
Great.
in. So
I would like to hide.
Everyone hide! They're coming back!
all right, everyone roll a stealth check.
I
Man,
rolled a
Why
20.
can't just carry it over?
I'm
This
using
is-
my Cardic
this is
inspiration.
the stealth check was you moving up. This is now your stealth check to actively move out of the
Yeah,
way.
yeah.
Yeah.
12.
Yeah, Aerith's gonna have to use his too.
His Cardic.
His Cardic inspiration, because that was not very good.
Okay.
We are not rolling well today.
We're not very stealthy people. I mean, +4 is as best as we got.
Mine was also a 12.
Okay. So Stiki, you had a 20, you said?
Yeah, +4.
Okay.
You get a nat 20.
Oh, you got a natural 20. That's
I
different.
got a nat
Oh
20.
yeah, you should have. Okay, you should have mentioned that. 'Cause that does change things.
What, baby?
Yeah. Okay, so nat 20. We have a 12. We have another 12 from you, Newton, right?
16 from Aerith.
Okay, Davian this time helped you guys out. So,
It's a balancing act.
as they start to turn, still kind of having the conversation over their shoulder before really looking back down the hill, you guys scramble off to the side, ducking behind these little rocks and just trying to kind of blend in. You sit there waiting as the group begins to march past you. Ezra, you're kind of pushed up against this one cairn. It's not the best hiding spot, but it's kind of like hiding on the other side of the door. Like, as long as they don't look that way, you're probably good, because they're going to look that way. And you get a bit nervous as they stop for a moment. And they start to just kind of look around. One of them walks a little bit closer towards your cairn for a moment. and then you hear the half-orc, Duras! And the Minotaur turns, and they continue walking down the hill.
Du hast.
Yeesh.
Du hast, du.
All right. So, at this point, you guys are waiting for a moment. They start to move past you, but now looking up ahead, you see that other group about to make their way around the bend. You can still see the descending group at this moment. Are you still going to stay hidden, or are you going to move?
Theoretically, the descending group is about to also follow a bend, right? Because we've been walking like a circle for a while,
Yeah,
right?
it's like a circle essentially all around.
I look a little corkscrew.
Yeah. How... Is there a path?
Yes, this is a trail that leads all the way up.
Okay, yeah, so I'm just gonna wait until that bottom group disappears, and then I'm just gonna follow the path.
Okay.
So it's a spiraling trail mountain thing.
Yeah. So you guys all, it's like a layer cake. You guys all
like an
wait
onion
for a moment.
Not like onion.
And once they get out of sight, you make your way out of your hiding places and start heading back up the trail. Havok, you're still being led up by this group, and as you're doing so, this group, the one of the half-orcs is holding you the whole time. They were kind of letting you walk forward before. The Minotaur had like one hand, he'd occasionally push you, but now they're actually holding you the whole time. And the elf, meanwhile, is still inspecting your hand as you're being led up. Is there anything you're doing?
I'm being as cooperative as possible because I want to be at the top of this hill. Okay. So yeah. I'm cooperating and not talking.
Okay. Well, you continue to make your way around. Everyone else who's making their way up, if you're moving stealthily, go ahead and roll another stealth check for me.
12.
17.
Heareth. 9.
Okay. You feel fairly quiet, and as you guys kind of make your way up, you do see now these large roots kind of bursting out of the sides of this hill, descending all the way down on this tier, and even starting to go down to the lower tier a bit. Looking over the edge, you see the roots extend maybe about 50 feet down to the ground. So not all the way, but kind of close. And looking up, you see the roots continue to the 3rd tier and finally the 4th tier. Looking at it, you get the idea that this is maybe climbable. It might be tough, but it does seem like an option, and perhaps a quicker option if the need should arise. Are you going to continue on the trail?
For the moment, I think I'd continue on the trail.
Okay. You continue to make your way forward, going nice and quiet. Newton glancing around in every direction. I need someone to roll a d20 for me as you get to the 3rd level here.
I'll do it this time. No.
Okay. Havok, you get to this 3rd tier, kind of being, again, guided up with this elf really inspecting your hand. And you're expecting maybe to see another group, but you don't. This group continues to take you up and around the 3rd tier. You glance over your shoulder, you see one of these druids is holding on to your weapon still. Kind of looks at one of the darts, tosses it over the side. As you glance, the one who's holding you kind of slaps your face. And you continue walking. They're the bad guys.
I know. That's her reaction would be like.
It was Rhea's face of like,
how dare they? They're the bad guys.
You continue marching forward. And eventually you do make your way up to this 4th tier. I do need one more roll of a d20, please.
I'll do it this time.
Okay.
That's a 4.
Okay. So again, Havok, as you get to the top, you expect to see maybe a bigger group of these guards, these patrols, but you don't. This group continues to walk you forward, and as you get to the top of the hill, you see these massive stones that form like a circle all around this area. And the top of this hill is massive. You can't see over these stones. They'd be about 10 feet high. But as you make your way forward, you see a path begin to open up. And looking in, you see it's almost like a trench that carves its way through this kind of rocky walled enclosure. You see, as you look to your west in this enclosed circle, you see these 5 standing stones with these figures standing right by it, what looks to be some kind of druids standing by the stones and looking in your direction as you make your way inside. You also see what appears to be a large statue, around which is 6 more druids, as well as one who appears to be a bit taller than the rest, wearing a large skull of an elk with the horns protruding and drenched in red paint or blood. It's tough to tell from where you're at. But they're bringing you closer to this area. And as you take a look at the statue, it looks similar to what has been described to you as Strahd von Zarovich. It seems to be made out of wood, branches, things of that sort. And looking at the statue, make a perception check.
23.
It's tough to see, but because it's so dark up here from the storm clouds overhead, you get the feeling that there's some green light emanating from the center of its chest.
Okay.
The druids carry you forward to, again, this taller one who turns as you approach. And who do we have here? A guest? A trespasser?
Well, I guess that would be up to you, right?
As you say that, the one who's inspecting your hand moves closer to this leader of sorts and just says something in Druidic you don't understand. Turakothias, Turaksa, Faleno, Faleno. And he looks at you, his eyes wider, and walks forward. Give me your hand.
Like you want me to chop it off, or just just show you?
He nods to the half-orc behind him, who grabs your wrist and forces it forward.
Okay, dude, don't manhandle a lady.
He starts running his hand very gently over yours. It's almost intimate, but creepy as this. Because now, as you're closer, you do see it's blood. It's blood on those horns.
Yeah.
After a moment, he looks up at you, and you see now, beneath the mask, these white eyes, but with flecks of green and brown where the veins would be. You are like me. You are like us.
That it would appear so. Yeah.
What are you doing here?
Well, contracted this thing, and nobody wanted me around, so they walked this way, and I heard that there are some people like me out this way.
Make make a deception check.
Oh, wait, real.
Another natural 19 on these deception checks. This dice is hot tonight. I'm keeping this one right here.
So you want to be like us?
I mean, if you would have me.
He nods to the elf who had made their way up with you. The elf nods and turns to go join this circle. And you see now these other druids that are kind of around the circle of this statue seem to be laying something into the ground, setting up this wood in a very particular way. Go ahead and make an Arcana check.
Oof, not good. Dumb when it comes to Arcana. 16.
You've done some magic yourself. You have an understanding now of what ritualistic magic is, and you get the sense that is what they are preparing.
Oh,
some
okay.
kind of
Gotcha.
ritual. But as you realize that, Svarog puts his hand on your shoulder and begins walking you south. And as he turns you towards that direction, you see the hill, the tree that you had seen in your vision. Well, if you want to be one of us, why don't we do it the right way? You guys ascend to the top, and you see this stone wall all around, but with an opening in the front. You don't currently see any guards there. But as you get a little bit closer, go ahead and make a perception check.
Booker.
12.
7.
9.
What did Aerith get, Havok?
My apologies.
No, it's okay. You're preoccupied with your death. It's all right.
With perception?
I'm sorry, it was a 6, not a 7.
Okay.
This is perception?
Yeah, perception.
1.
Wow, guys. Davian
We're
saved you.
killing the game.
Davian saved you this time. He rolled a 19. So you get a little bit closer, and looking out, you see those standing stones, but you also see not much. It's foggy up here. It's dark. It's much tougher to see. Looking down the path, you see this trench that kind of makes its way through, with kind of walls on either side that rise about 10 feet. So you almost get the feeling that if you needed to, you could kind of press yourself against it and move forward, staying out of sight from those druids if you needed to. As you're all just kind of glancing about, Davian points, and you see Havok being led south with 2 druids as well as this taller one.
I think this is more of a dome. Natural dome surface.
Sorry, so real quick, because I need a visual.
If you'd like, you can hop over to roll 20.
Oh.
I will not be putting this up on the stream yet, guys, just because we're not necessarily in battle, but just so my players have a better understanding.
I was like, I can't see what you're explaining.
That's totally fair.
Is it though?
All right.
Just be better, Rhea.
It's not fair. Rhea just has to be better. Your mind's eye needs some practice.
Apparently.
So you guys
Okay.
should be able to see.
Oh, okay. So we're where exactly?
You guys are top right corner. Right over here.
Oh, fuck me. Oh, okay. God, we're so much farther than I thought. Oh yeah, I'm far as fuck from like everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
What are you guys doing?
I think I would like to slowly start making my way. Sorry, before I say that, how much can I see from where we are? Like if I'm going to move myself real quick. I can't move myself. If I went to like right here, kind of peeking around the stone, right? Would I be able to see everything?
It's tough to see everything. For example, some of the stuff over here is a little bit tough because you have these large, maybe like 15-foot tall standing stones in the way.
Right. Okay.
You know what? I'm gonna switch over to the battle map because I don't want the audience to be like, "Great, yeah, thanks for showing them. We can't see jack."
Honestly, it is kind of hard to describe. It's like because it's like the top of this hill, but in this hill there are like these carved trenches.
That's right.
So like it is very difficult to like describe. So I think you did a pretty good job of that though. I saw it in my head.
As you're looking, Ezra, one of the druids nods his head and shouts out over to this group that seems to be moving south. Durasava! And you see this bright green glow begin to emanate from the chest of this statue.
Yeah, okay. So here we go. I would like to hold on, let me figure this out real quick.
Well, Svarog turns to you, Havok, and says, "Oh, I'm afraid we'll have to wait."
Yeah.
Watch.
Wait for what? Wait for what?
The ceremony. And they start to guide you.
What are we
back.
celebrating?
They start to guide you back. He doesn't say another word to you.
I would like to come.
Do we get drinks? Is there drinks involved?
Does that still work?
Yeah, what are you doing, Ezra?
Yeah. I would like to come right over here, aware that that's gonna like do stuff. And I would like to cast darkness on like an object that this dude has.
Okay. Before you do that, go ahead and make a perception check for me. In fact, everyone go and make a perception check for me.
15.
8.
21.
Havok got a 9. Aerith got a 9.
Okay. Anyone above a 12? Suddenly lightning cracks overhead. And as you look up, you see fire in the sky. What looks to be a black horse with a mane of fire. And sitting atop the horse, about 60 feet in the air, even from this distance, a cold comes over your body as you see Strahd von Zarovich.
It's definitely a dome. Maybe a bold.
Bro.
Sitting atop his horse, looking down on the proceedings. You see another figure seated behind him, a red cloak around them. And as you look up, Ezra, you see the head turn towards you, and a slight tilt in your direction.
What? What's everyone? What?
I'm not. Are we ready to battle here?
We have to save Havok.
I'm going to be very honest. I don't think we can. No, it's not.
Why don't we sneak around this way, the wall? Like, cut in. Sneaky.
Is there any way for me to recognize? I know it's far away. Is there any way for me to recognize the figure on the horse?
Make a history check at disadvantage because you're not even like seeing their face so much. It's really just the cloak. So you're trying to just see, did I see someone with a red cloak that I remember?
Well, that's gonna be a 9. So
yeah, you don't recognize the person.
Okay. Does it look like? This is such a reach. So I understand if you say no. Because it seemed like if we attack the proceedings, Strahd will attack us.
Make an insight check. Again, I'd say at disadvantage because he's pretty far from you.
That's valid.
I will attack anyone that attacks these proceedings.
Bye, bro.
He's tough to read. You definitely got the sense he looked in your direction. And Stiki, you rolled pretty high on that too, right?
Yeah, 21.
After nodding towards Ezra, he looks over at you.
The red figure does? Or Strahd?
Strahd. And also gives you a little tip of the proverbial hat.
Oh, I thought the red figure gave me a tip. It wasn't. It was Strahd.
It was Strahd.
Oh, son of a bitch. Sucks, guys.
You know what?
At this,
wait.
Svarog tosses you over Havok to this druid, and tosses you, gestures, and the druid comes to get you. And the druid just kind of pulls your hands behind your back up against this middle standing stone.
So, I think Ezra.
How far away am I from that? From the wood figure, the wood statue?
So it's tough to tell because on Roll20, guys, the dimensions are not quite right with this map. It's actually much larger than it looks.
Yeah,
so
that's why I was
each
asking.
Square, I believe, is technically 50 feet.
50 feet?
Each
Whoa.
square?
Yeah, but I'm going to go ahead and lower that to 30 to try and make it somewhat easier to manage.
Oh, bro.
Whoa, that makes this thing this statue like 100.
It is
like
massive.
250 feet wide.
It's massive. Or I just did the math wrong, which is totally fair too.
Like 250 feet wide is almost as wide as a football field.
I'll check it out, okay? I'm not sure if the math is right.
That's huge.
Definitely a bulb.
I've got broad shoulders, and I'm like, fuck.
I can check it right now because I have it right here.
I don't.
Yeah, technically.
Now that.
Okay, I'm seeing the difference. No, instead, each square is about 15 feet. The map of Yesterhill, this one that's in the book, is 50 feet, and this is a more zoomed-in version. So yeah.
Okay.
Each one's about 15 feet, guys. So we'll be. I'll be generous.
I don't know how to. I can't do math. I'm gay. I don't know how to measure that with the measuring tool.
Well,
just count the squares.
30 feet, then that means you get 2 squares for 30 feet of movement.
Yeah, just double.
This is impossible.
I guess or multiply that multiply that distance by 3. Because normally a foot is 5 feet.
You know what? We'll just play it as it is. We'll just play it as normal movement because I don't want you guys to have to. We already do so much math in this game. And I just see Ria's about to have a stroke. So.
I can't do that kind of math. For spells and stuff, I genuinely can't do that.
Okay, so we're saying this is 5 feet, not 15
We'll just say it's the same, yeah.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. I don't mean to ruin your fun.
But because of that, since we're going to speed up how easily accessible everything is for you guys, I will say Svarog turns to the statue at this point, raises their arms out towards it, and as he does so, the druids all around begin chanting, Dura San, Dura San, Dura San, over and over. And as they do so, Havok, you watch as this green light begins to pulsate inside of the statue, and suddenly emanating from each of these druids, from their chest, you see this dark green energy that begins to make its way to the statue itself and seems to be feeding it. As the statue begins to almost grow, the wood begins to increase in size.
Okay.
Go ahead, Ria.
Sorry. I think Ezra's gonna move to because we're not an initiative yet, correct?
Not yet.
So I would like to move to here.
Okay.
I'm keeping my eye not on him, but looking at him bro, I'm doing this. If you want to stop me, fucking stop me on Strahd. But then I'm making my way here.
Okay.
And then I would like to cast darkness on an object that bro homeboy over here has.
Okay. You see the large, ostentatious, skull helmet that he's wearing. which seems to be a pretty good object to cast darkness on. Now, I believe, is that a saving throw, or does that just appear?
It just says I can cast it on an object.
Gotcha.
And then the darkness follows that object.
Okay, well, at this point, let's roll initiative.
Oh,
And
fuck.
then
I was going to say something.
Anything in the 15-foot radius centered on that point is also, well, not them because they're in the sky, but is also in darkness.
Gotcha. So yeah, Havok, what were you going to do? I will allow that to be resolved.
Okay, I'm gonna die.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's easy enough.
I'm gonna cast Misty Step, because it's just vocal.
Okay.
And I'm gonna Misty Step up to that statue's chest.
Okay.
Right at the thing. Just right at it.
Roll.
Try and pull that thing out.
Initiative. So remember, just remember from the description, you see a vague glow.
Right.
But there's definitely wood and stuff. So
yeah.
it's not like a boom, got it type of situation.
No, yeah. I'm gonna have to really reach in there and like yank it out. Yeah.
There might be some things that have to be done. All right.
Yeah.
So
okay.
With that, let's roll initiative, everyone.
Oh God.
13.
All right.
Oh boy.
Blackjack.
Nice.
Ricky, if you could, at some point, head over to Twitch and just make sure our battle music's not too loud. I don't think it is,
okay.
But just to be clear.
I'll do that right now.
Wait, you have battle music?
Always.
That the fans get to hear. You don't get to hear nothing.
Oh, man, I had something queued.
I don't have my own battle.
Was it Highway to Hell? Was it? Yeah. It was Highway to Hell. We almost named the episode Highway to Hell, everyone. You're welcome. We chose it.
The music's not too loud.
Yeah, we also can't hear you, so you're rocking out. But
your microphone's filtering it out.
Yeah. All right. 20 to 25. Anyone?
Oh, I had 21. 21.
21. Okay. 15 to 20.
Both Aerith and Havok got 15s. Aerith's dexterity is better though.
Gotcha. Okay. 10 to 15.
13.
13 for Ezra. And Stiki, what'd you get?
6.
6 for Stiki. I gotta roll for Davian too, really quick. Oh, that's pretty good, Davian. All right. All right, give me just 1 second here so I can look at these ritual notes. Okay, so the first thing that happens here is this large... It's a 20-foot sphere, am I right?
It's 15.
15, okay. Let me see if I can draw this.
Also, a reminder that I'm like I've moved to here.
Yeah. Oh, I think can you not move your own?
I cannot move my token.
Very sorry. Okay. Give me just a moment as I draw this circle. Goodness gracious. All right. That's about 15, right? Okay, let me just give you guys your access really quick so that...
Oh, I could move mine. I think it's just because Ezra wasn't here last time.
I was not.
We used maps.
I gave it I had
to
you.
me.
Yeah. Okay, you should be able to do it now. Yeah.
Got it.
Yes. All right. And if anyone else very quickly wants to put themselves where they think they were before this all started, unless you were all staying out there, you can. So let's do that first.
You would have stayed like right next to Ezra.
Okay. I think Davian probably would have moved up, but maybe a little bit off to the side, like behind this rock over here. And what do you think Aerith would have done?
Aerith would have been... Sorry, I keep forgetting I'm Aerith.
Charged into the battle.
No, he would have... Honestly, he probably would have followed Ezra and Stiki as best he could.
Probably hid behind this rock back here.
Yeah. I can't move Aerith, so...
Oh, yes. Let me just go and change that really quick.
Aerith would probably stick with
All right,
his
now
brother.
you can. All right. Okay, well, as this darkness spreads, you hear this druid elder scream out. He screams out, and you see some of the druids on the exterior of this stone circle over here start to look around kind of wildly, seeing the darkness. Looking up Ezra over towards Strahd, he doesn't necessarily seem like he's doing anything at the moment. As you glance up at him, a bolt of lightning courses right at him, and you watch as he flicks his hand, and the lightning redirects down to the ground.
This is bad. This is very bad.
All right.
Have I seen this yet?
Yeah, I'd say at this point, with
Okay.
them looking up, you probably finally caught it.
Holy, what is that thing?
At this point, it is Newton's turn. So Newton, you see some darkness that was cast by Ezra. You probably saw it just barely what Ezra was casting, and some chaos going on. What are you doing?
I'm gonna hide as best I can.
Okay, so it will take an action to hide.
It will take an action to hide.
Yeah.
Uh,
Conversely, you can try to get yourself behind cover, which gives you pluses to your armor class.
Let's do that. Let's get behind cover. Is that what that rock is there?
Yeah.
You would count that as cover?
Yeah, I'd count that as cover. It's a pretty large boulder kind of in the way.
Yeah. So I'm gonna move to the because Newton would have like hung back and tried to like feel things out. So I'm gonna go to that rock, and then I'm gonna cast Armor of Agathis because I feel like it's gonna go down.
Okay. So you make your way to the rock, and as you do so, you whisper this incantation, and the rain around you kind of stops and slowly starts to circle you as it forms into this cold energy. This armor. Is there anything else you're doing?
I can't like prepare an action, right? So
No, not at this point because you used cast armor.
So I'm gonna chill past turn.
Okay. With that, we are over to. Oh, it's the druid's turn. So
Oh, fuck.
you hear one of them speak out, and Havok, let's actually settle your thing first.
Okay.
Havok, yeah, you cast Misty Step, and sure enough, you are right up. Go ahead and make a Dex saving throw. As we're just appearing here, so it's seeing if you can hold on.
Okay.
Or a Dex check, not a saving throw, sorry.
Dex check?
Yeah.
Okay, so that is +1. 15. Not
15,
great.
you grab on, your hands start to slip. You drop about 5 feet from where the gem is, from where you were aiming, but you're on, and you're holding on.
Okay, can I try and use my is this taking my turn or just that one action just to resolve that?
I just want to resolve that.
Okay, so I'm 5 feet below.
You're
Got
on
it.
there, yeah.
Okay.
With that, it's over to them, and as you all watch another bolt of lightning crash down to the ground, you hear, "You are too late. The chosen of the Great Shadow has brought his people the power they need to destroy the betrayers." And as he says this, the stone, or the gem rather, pulses once again in this green light, and the statue seems to grow, almost like it's rising out of the ground as the chanting grows louder. I'm going to make an intelligence check for Svarog to see if he can tell what is causing the darkness. He cannot. So, as he is kind of sitting struggling, one of the other druids is going to make their way out of the circle. And this is the one you made it away from, Havok. So they look around trying to see if they can find you, which they do. They spot you. They start to make their way up towards the circle, and they... That's exactly what they're going to do. They kind of slam their staff into the ground, and as they do so, these weeds begin growing up down below you, and they start to grasp you from below, pulling you down. I need you to go ahead and make a strength saving throw.
Everyone?
That is
Like,
just
in this little group?
That's just Havok.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
3.
Okay. You're holding on with all your might to the statue, but these roots are pulling you down towards the ground. And as a last gasp of you trying to kind of adjust your grip to get a better hand on it, you get pulled down to the ground into these vines. You are currently restrained.
Okay.
All right, and that is going to be that druid's turn. This other one that is over here is just going to look out in your guys' direction, but he hasn't really seen much at this moment. The darkness spell wasn't really something that showed out through the darkness that is already on top of the hill here, so they don't really know what to do. This other one is going to just kind of make his way forward, seeing if he spots anything, and he's actually going to go ahead and cast Entangle right here at the path to get up, and that should be a circle, but it's a square, guys. We entangle right there. So you see these plants and vines begin to grow up in the path to go up there. You can still make your way up the kind of rocky sides, but that's, you guess, probably a bit trickier. Meanwhile, this one who is over here is just going to make his way forward and also cast Entangle, and he is going to cast it at the base right here. Oh, I know why it's a square now. I have my laptop open for my notes and my computer where I'm running Roll20, and so I'm hitting like the buttons on my laptop, and then I'm getting confused. All right, but I'm a great DM. Okay.
Yes, you are.
So that is. No, you know what? Despite Svarog not understanding where the darkness is emanating from, not knowing like that it's coming from his helmet, he is going to just move slightly, and he's going to cast himself a spell. I would say, Havok, you probably hear that same voice speaking some kind of druidic magic, and as he does so, you guys see a large cloud of fog begin to grow right about here, and it blocks your view from the statue, from anything going on inside.
Would it be from a point he can see?
He's just casting it out.
Oh, fucker.
So he doesn't have a perfect idea of where he set it, but he's just setting it out to try and catch as much as he can. And so currently you guys cannot see any of the druids or Havok, anything that's going on over there. I'm going to see if I can hide this well enough. You can see the statue rising up out of the ground, just because it seems to rise over this fog cloud. But that is it. And that is going to be the druid's turn. With that, we are over to Aerith, and then it will be Havok, and then it will be Davian, and then Ezra.
Oh, Jesus.
Aerith is, what are we doing? What are we doing? And I don't know if Aerith knows where you guys are heading in or not. So he's just gonna go ahead and cast Blayde Ward on himself, tracing a sigil in the air, and these like rapiers, these like spectral rapiers appear and kind of surround him, giving him resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage until his next turn. But I don't think he knows. I don't think he would move in without knowing what everybody else is doing.
Gotcha. All right. With that, it is
Hold
over to
your
you,
movement.
Havok. So Havok, you are.
I can't. If I use the action, I can't do the movement as well, I guess.
For Blayde Ward.
So if I wouldn't be able to cast Blayde Ward because my action would be to use my dash action to move with you guys.
Gotcha.
So I mean, I guess I could do that, but
I understand.
I don't know. I just don't think he would do that. I can't see what I'm doing.
So Havok, it is your turn now.
Okay.
You are currently restrained by these plants that kind of crawl their way up the statue. Some of them even emanating from the statue itself, and then pulling you down to the ground.
I'm gonna say, I don't think so. And I'm gonna say my eyes are gonna flash kind of this like cloudy, foggy gray. And I'm gonna say, Nien Min Vuk. And I'm gonna Misty Step again.
Okay.
Back up.
Gotcha. Okay. You poof out and land back there. I need another dexterity check as you begin to fall.
Please. 12.
12, okay. With this, you reach for the same spot, but those vines are still kind of active in this area. And so, as you reach, one of them kind of grabs your hand down. It's not able to fully wrap around you, but you're able to slap it aside, and you kind of fall down about 10 feet now below the gem. But you're holding on kind of to, like, this statue. I mean, this is a statue of Strahd. You're kind of by, like, the pant line.
His crotch?
Yeah.
Amaya's bulge! So, for climbing, is it 15 or 10 feet of movement for each 5 feet of climbing, or...
I'm not sure.
I'm gonna try and climb up to the gem.
Okay.
With my movement.
Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna look that up really quick. Well, climbing from each foot of movement costs 1 extra foot. So it costs 1 extra foot. Yeah.
So I'm 10 feet under, so I can get there with 12 feet of movement.
Well, that would be 20, right? Costs 1 extra foot if you're 10 feet under.
1 extra foot per foot.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So 20 feet of my 30 foot movement. Okay, so I can make it. So
yeah.
double. Okay.
Yeah. So you go ahead and climb your way up there, and you do kind of looking inside. You can't see the gem, but this green energy is emanating from this area.
So is it like fully black, or is it like there's like space for me to like reach in?
It looks like there's spaces. You think maybe you can get your hand in, but you don't know how deep it goes. So maybe it's blocked deeper in. It's tough to see because it is also just so incredibly dark, and even with the light of the gem, it seems like it's just filtering in through cracks.
Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to jam my hand in and just try and like wedge as far in as I can, searching for this gem.
Okay. You reach your arm in and start to stretch around looking for it. You feel like you're kind of getting blocked at a certain point, and you try and like push your shoulder into it a bit more. You're not feeling a gem as you stretch around.
Okay.
All right, and that is your turn. With that, we are over to Davian. So Davian, looking around. Why don't I have his stats up here? That's weird. I had them earlier. Here we go. Davian, looking at all of you, just makes his way forward a little bit, pulls out a crossbow, and is going to fire towards the druid at the top left. That's a natural 20 for Davian.
Yeah.
All right,
Davian! My man, Davian!
That is 12 points of piercing damage. So he rises up over you, Newton, and fires off this crossbow, and you watch as it pierces this druid right in the shoulder. He stumbles back a little bit, and he's going to have to make a concentration check, I believe, on his entanglement. Let me check, just to be sure. Oh, no, it's not concentration. So he doesn't have to do that, but he does take a good amount of damage and kind of falls back just a bit, but now is looking around towards Davian's position and kind of points out in that direction. Davian is going to use the rest of his movement just to get behind you in the cover a bit. And that is going to be his turn. So with that, we are over to Ezra and then Stiki.
Great. I am going to use my movement to get behind this rock as like partial cover. And then I'm going to cast Mage Armor. Woo-hoo!
Nice. So you kind of get behind, and this lightning courses down right as you begin to cast the spell, and almost like the Arcana takes the energy from the lightning itself. This kind of golden armor pulls from the lightning and begins to course around you.
Cool.
And you have your Mage Armor.
Great.
All right. Anything else you want to do, Ezra?
I don't really have any other bonus actions.
All right.
So that's going to be my turn.
All right, so with that, we are over to Stiki. Stiki, what would you like to do?
I would like to use my movement to come down into this crevice and creep around this corner right here. Is that possible?
Which corner are you referencing? Yeah, you want to try and creep around it?
Yeah.
So it would be an action to go stealthy to do it. You can do that if you'd like. Is that what you want to do?
No, he's not being stealthy. He's booking it.
Well then, yeah, definitely, you can definitely do that.
Okay.
All right.
And I want to ready my daggers.
Okay, you're ready
to throw.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to throw one now? You can if you'd like.
Can I? Yes, please.
Yeah. You could probably hit this guy. It's a little bit tough because you're on a lower slope and he's got a little bit of wall, so he'd probably have a +2 to his armor class. This guy, who's kind of behind the fog but not fully, might be a bit of an easier hit. So who do you want to go for?
The easier one.
Okay, go ahead and roll the hit as you throw your dagger.
Oh. 7.
Plus.
It'd have to be plus a lot, probably.
No.
But
yeah, it's not.
It's tough. You're running downhill as you kind of get this dagger ready, and at the last second, you see him spot you, and it kind of gives you just this quick moment as you chuck it really fast towards this druid, and he just ducks underneath it as it clangs into the stone behind him. Anything else you want to do, Stiki?
Yep, I duck.
Okay, you duck down, get yourself a little bit of cover. All right, with that, we are back up to Newton. But before you can go, Newton, a heavy mist, and Havok, you see this, begins to swirl around the chanting druids and the statue. And now that fog that Svarog had put off, it's become very similar to this mist, and it begins to emanate in about a 30-foot radius around the statue. And with that, let's take a break.
By the gods.
Oh.
No.
We are in for a doozy, my friends, and we will be back in a little bit to see what happens.
Woo.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Hello, do you love creepy ghoulies and fun monsters, but don't think there are nearly enough of them in Dungeons & Dragons? Well then do I have the show for you. Because me, Dr. Ricardo Blayde Diaz, is going to be Frankensteining brand new monsters just for you in my brand new show, Monsters Night. Monsters Night. Monsters Night. Monsters Night. Monsters Night. Coming soon to Character Play.
Do you need help coming up with an awesome backstory for your gnome warlock? Or maybe you're about to DM a long-term campaign and have no idea where to start? Don't worry, we got you covered. Check out Demystifying D&D, our show where we break down concepts around D&D to make the game easier and more fun for you and your players.
This is Inside Check Live, the live show where we get to know the players behind the game. I'm your host, Ricardo Blayde Diaz, aka Mr. 305.
Go behind the scenes.
Wow, it sounds so official when you say that. I love that.
Wow, this is so much fun.
Meet the players.
SwordCoastSoundscapes.
It is okay.
Yeah.
It is okay to feel your
Get to
feelings.
know the
Me
artists.
too. I want to do a queer bent Cyrano de Bergerac.
Interact with the cast.
Control yourself as you're moving through time.
Get the play-by-play from last night's game. Streaming live on Instagram every Tuesday. We here.
1 hour, 1 shot. That's right, we just have 1 hour to complete a 1-shot. Now, I know this is not technically an hour, this is a minute, but I thought maybe the parallel would work on that front. Do you understand it?
It doesn't.
Okay, so basically, in 1 hour, we are going to come up with a 1-shot outline that you can use for any one of your D&D games or even a full campaign. Makes sense now?
Okay, wait. So is the one shot a 1 hour campaign, or is it?
No. We're gonna come up with the outline for a one shot that you can use, and then the best thing is, in the month leading up to the next episode, we will write out that one shot that you can then find on DM's Guild. Huh? You understand it now?
Okay, but that's 1 minute. You say you're doing this in 1 hour?
Yeah, it's gonna be a 1 hour one shot. That's why it's called that.
So you're gonna do it completely in 1 hour?
Yes, we're gonna come up with the outline in 1 hour.
You're gonna do it in 1 hour?
Yeah, 1 hour. Okay.
As opposed to 1 minute.
As opposed to 1 minute. Not 1 minute. Oh,
I don't really understand.
Raw elements of stardust swirl in the wreckage of the broken blades. Titan corpses float through these ever-burning fields of battles lost. The old guardians are nowhere to be found, while unfathomable horrors stalk the ragged edges of reality. Are new gods born, or are they forged by those that need them? Long separated fragments have just begun to find each other, led by guides that see not with their eyes, but with their faith. These daring souls listen hard for the hum of terra incognita. Will they find their destiny, or simply the means to weather the storm?
Oh, hello. Please, no, don't get up. Pleased to meet you. My name is Newton. Newton Fright. When it comes to most things, truthfully, I'd rather not, if given the option. No, not that I have a problem or anything, it's just things tend to go awry when I get involved, so I'd rather not. Understand? And now you want to know about my past. Which past? No, I mean I have a witch past, as in I was raised by witches. Have I mentioned I like puns?
Yeah, I see you staring, and I know what you're thinking. Like I'm some savage beast. I guess there's some truth to that. I mean, I grew up like most nodes do, in a marauding pack raiding the weak to survive. And I was a handful. I mean, I caused so much trouble, the pack gave me the name Havok. And that was going to be my life. Until I found a new path with the Guardian Light. I still feel all those primal urges the way I did before, but now there are these new desires. The desire to protect. So keep staring if you want. I just may have your back one day, and maybe you'll see me in a new light. A Guardian Light.
Oh, golly, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to bump into you. Oh, no. Please don't be afraid. I know I look scary and green and have tusks, but really I have a banjo. Want to hear me play? No? Well, you look like a trustworthy person, right? I can trust you? I'm afraid of everything. Figure that. A half-orc the size of an orangutan, terrified of literally everything. Irony is not lost on me. Anyway, have a beautiful day. Know of any flower fields I can take a nap in?
Thanks for the drink, stranger. Where'd I learn how to play like that? My muses rent their abilities for the night. Their price is undivided attention and rivers of ale. Where am I from? I'm from the echoes of Yukon with the broken voice, the wandering melodies of Jack's Polaricide, the breath between Herod McQueen's finishing note and thunderous applause, the pull at your belt from a too heavy money pouch. Mine's not tugging too hard at the moment, but please, ask me more personal, probing questions. Will I come to your party? Yes, I've heard of your carousing. Did I hear right that you woke up drunk with... Oh, it's happened before? Oh, I'm sure the priest didn't mind at all. But let me ask you this. Do you know the name Gaad? Never heard of him? Good. Well, I will come play for you and your rich friends. It would be your pleasure, I'm sure.
Aren't you beautiful? I'm Ezra. Bess. Lovely to meet you. Please don't touch the hair. It is as luscious as it looks, but we're not that close yet, darling. Oh, you're here for one of my parties. I'm afraid I haven't thrown one in quite some time, actually. I wasn't aware there were still people around that used to go. Well, it's always good to see a friendly face, and such a pretty one at that. Who knows? Maybe another party will be in the near future. Yes, I'll be sure to invite you. Ta-ta now.
Hello! Do you love creepy ghoulies and fun monsters, but don't think there are nearly enough of them in Dungeons & Dragons? Well then do I have the show for you. Because me, Dr. Ricardo Blayde Diaz, is going to be Frankensteining brand new monsters just for you in my brand new show, Monsters Lab. Monsters Lab. Monsters Lab. Monsters Lab. Monsters Lab. Coming soon to Character Play.
Do you need help coming up with an awesome backstory for your gnome warlock? Or maybe you're about to DM a long-term campaign. And we're back. So, just before we went to break, you saw as the statue began to rise a bit more, but around it, this base of smoke made everything on the ground floor there a bit hazy. It was already kind of hazy from some of your perspectives with the fog cloud that Svarog had cast, but now it's almost impenetrable. With that, we are over to Newton. So Newton, what are you doing?
I look over at Damien and I'm like, so I guess we're fighting now? And so I reach out and I just try to shoot the same guy with that he hit with the crossbow with my Eldritch Blast.
Okay, go ahead and roll the hit.
Unnatural 20.
Yeah, that definitely hits. Roll damage.
4.
Okay, so you peek out over the rock and cast this bolt that just courses over and hits the druid in the side, right in the gut, and he kind of stumbles over for a moment, holding the ground before he picks himself back up. That one is looking pretty hurt. Anything else you want to do?
I'm going to, as my bonus action, go ahead and I mean, like, we're on full on battle, so I'm just gonna use my bonus action, cast Hex.
Okay, on
the guy I just hit.
Gotcha. All right, so you cast Hex over in his direction. And that's all you want to do? No movement?
Well, I didn't know. I was confused. I mean, it's too late, I guess. In a bonus action, do I have to do it after my action, or can I do it before?
No, you can do it before. We can retcon that if you want.
Oh. So may I roll a d6? Because I would have done that.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. All right. So 4 more damage.
Okay. Yeah, this one is looking very hurt from all that you and Davian have done to it already. Any movement you'd like to do on your turn?
I'm just gonna take cover again.
Okay. All right. With that, it is over to the druid's turn. So Svarog is going to go ahead and see if he can try and figure out what is causing this on him. And that is pretty high. So as he kind of moves about, Ezra, you're looking forward, and I guess actually you wouldn't see this. Never mind. But he does indeed move his way forward. And what you do see, Ezra, is the lightning overhead beginning to crackle a bit more. He is casting Call Lightning. All right. Havok, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
I'm so gonna die. 8.
Okay. As you are trying to kind of reach your way in there, suddenly this bolt of lightning crashes into the back of you. You take a pretty good amount here. Let me see. 1. Oh, maybe not, actually. That's 10. Oh no, I'm sorry. I was rolling the wrong dice. You take 20 points of damage. And I need you to go ahead and make a strength saving throw for me.
Okay. Come on, one of these guys roll better. Natural 20.
Somehow, as you are shaking there,
wow,
you're able to hold on from the intense amount of pain. And you're okay. But that is going to be his turn. With that, the druid that is on the side here that has just been struck twice by Newton and Davian is going to make his way around this corner here so that he can get full cover. And he is going to go ahead and... What do you do from there? Let's see. Looking out towards... Actually, before he leaves, looking out towards you, Stiki, he's going to just go ahead and cast... Fairy Fire in your direction. So I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Even though I'm ducking?
Yes. What'd you get?
16.
A 16, okay. So he casts this spell on you, and suddenly there's this kind of bright green light that begins to glow around you, making you an easier target. But you're able to resist the effects and just kind of dodge out of the way before it can really hold on to you. And so it has no effect on you. With that, he's going to go ahead and move himself behind cover here. This other one, who is standing in the way and just was attacked by you, Stiki, is going to go ahead and cast Moonbeam in your direction. So, suddenly this bright silvery light begins to course down right on top of you. I need you to go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Oh, fuck. 8.
Okay, you're going to take 2d10 radiant damage. So that wasn't great. You take 10 points of radiant damage as the moonbeam just lines down onto you, and you kind of feel your skin beginning to burn a bit underneath it. And with that, it is going to go ahead and move itself partially behind cover, but still keeping you in sight. This one, now seeing a bit more about what's going on, this one in the bottom corner here, is just going to go ahead and cast another Entangle spell. Assuming I can move my laptop, which I can. Right here, blocking the path just a bit more. And that is going to be the... Oh, actually. Havok, you see this as you're holding on to the statue. This gem begins to grow a different shade, a bit brighter green than it was before. As you hear Svarog shout out, "The scion of Gulthias will reduce the winged betrayers to splinters." And that is going to be their turn. With that, it is over to Aerith and then Havok.
Aerith. Aerith is gonna poke his head out, and he can't see these two druids, right? They're taking cover.
Which two?
The two up at the top of the map, the ones that were going after.
So I'd
Stiki.
say he can see this one kind of poking their head out.
Okay.
They have a +2 to their AC. The other one is you'd have to get an angle on.
Okay. Well, Aerith is going to say he's going to shout across the battlefield as he's poking his head out from behind this rock. "Oh, hiding behind a rock, you coward!" And he's going to catch Vicious Mockery.
Okay. Was that the mock?
Yeah.
Okay. You made me laugh. So that is disadvantage for his what saving throw is it?
It is a charisma saving throw. Sorry, wait. Wisdom saving throw. I apologize. And it of 14.
That's a failure.
Woohoo! That is 2 points of psychic damage.
Okay. So you can't even see this, but the druid kind of like, "Oh yeah, this is wait, who's saying it? But what?" But there is some damage done by Aerith. Anything else you want to do?
He's then gonna slide down into the crevice here.
Okay.
And come up to where Stiki is.
Gotcha. All right, you make your way over to where Stiki is, Aerith. And with that, it is over to Havok. So Havok, you are still holding on, but that was a big amount of damage you just took. What do you want to do?
Remind me, are we taking a potion as a bonus action?
Yeah.
Okay. Then what I'm going to do first, I'm going to... So Havok's kind of holding on, reaching her hand and can't get this gem, and it's starting to glow, and she's starting to freak out. And I'm just going to concentrate and zone in on when I have to get this gem. Eyes go bright blue, hair stands on end, and I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt straight into the chest of this thing.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and roll a d20 for me.
Okay. 3.
Okay. You kind of bring your hand right up to. Are you reaching your hand in and then casting it, or?
Yeah, I'm doing the hand that's in there already. I was just.
You feel that magic course through you and blast, and for a moment the gem glows or grows dimmer. Then it pulses again.
Okay. And I'm just gonna try and like hook my hand onto something in the chest, and then use my other arm to try and take a potion.
Okay. Sure, you can take a potion.
And I believe this was a basic that we were given by the Marnikovs.
Yeah.
Which is 2d4 plus 2.
That's right. All right. As you start taking your potion, Davian is going to go. So Davian, kind of looking at what's happening here, pulls out his crossbow, and he's going to try and move to get in a line of sight with this guy. So he rushes this way. Actually, let me check that really quick. Yeah. He rushes all the way across the trench here, kind of sliding down and then climbing up, which only unfortunately gets him to here. And not having a good angle on this guy, is going to actually take a shot at this one, who he now has a clear shot at. That's not very good. He fires his crossbow bolt, but unfortunately the druid ducks behind the rock in the nick of time. With that, Davian just kind of crouches down, trying to make himself as hard of a target as he can be. But with that, it is over to Ezra, and then it will be Stiki.
Okay. To clarify something for myself.
Yeah.
You can cast a spell and a cantrip as long as the spell is a bonus action, correct?
I believe that's the case, yeah.
Okay. Then I am going to... Oh, hold on, before I do that. Let's see. Yeah. I'm going to come to right here. I would like to firebolt this person.
Sorry, which person? I was just looking that up really quick.
This one right here.
Okay.
I would like to firebolt.
Yeah, go ahead and roll that.
Oh, yeah. That's a 19 on the die, so plus 6.
Yeah, that definitely hits. Roll damage.
Oh, that's great. 6. Wait, I'm sorry. Wait. Yes, 6. Mm-hmm.
Okay. You cast this firebolt out towards him, and it hits him right in the shoulder as he starts to stumble back a little bit. What else are you doing?
And then I would like to Misty Step.
Okay.
To the other side.
All right, right next to Strahd.
Well, he's flying, right?
No, yeah, he is.
Okay, I was like...
Hi!
Actually, from there, can I Misty Step to right here?
Yeah.
You're by his crotch, too!
All right, and that
As I said, if he wasn't evil...
He's fetching.
You guys haven't even talked to him yet. Maybe he's actually a super nice guy.
He seems to have a liking to Stiki and Ezra.
True.
All right. With that, it is over to Stiki. So Stiki, you just saw Ezra's firebolt course across, and then Ezra disappeared and was suddenly on the other side. What are you doing?
Stiki is focused on... Oh, it's not working. Cool. The dude directly across from me that is hiding behind the rock. Is that an orc?
It's tough to tell from where you're at.
Okay. That sucks. Stiki.
Tell you what, make a quick perception check since you've been kind of eyeing this one throughout this round.
17.
Yes, it is an orc.
Cool. Stiki casts Vicious Mockery and says, "You're not fighting like an orc."
Okay. That is a 12, and your save DC, I believe, is a 14, so that fails. All right, go ahead and roll damage. I believe it's 1d4, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. 1.
Okay. Hey, it all adds up. So, you do see a bit of a scowl come across his face as he hears that, and he kind of stares daggers in your direction. Is there anything else you would like to do, Stiki?
Yeah, Stiki says, "So what are you gonna do?" And he puts his hands up.
Okay, make an intimidation check.
Is there an intimidation? Hold on. Oh yeah. Okay, 10.
Okay. You're not quite sure if he's taken the bait. He kind of glances over his shoulder, almost like he's looking for someone, but then looks back to you. And that is going to be your turn. With that, it is over to Newton. But Newton, before you can go, the dark clouds overhead begin to darken even more. A heavy wind begins to blow across the hill as the magic flowing from the druids redoubles in intensity towards the statue. Havok, you see this. So as you kind of look in, Havok, where your guiding bolt was, you do see that you had kind of pushed a hole through the statue. But as this magic begins to double, you watch as more vines begin growing in place quicker than they were before. Okay. And you also get the sense, Havok, that this is starting to close off.
So my arm.
All right.
Okay.
It's over to you, Newton. What would you like to do?
So the one that's badly wounded, that we've been kind of picking away at.
Yeah.
If I yell, can he hear me?
Maybe.
Okay.
It's loud. There's lightning.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast Vicious Mockery, because he's like fully covered, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna cast Vicious Mockery towards that guy.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say, Druid, more like Druid.
All right. He succeeded on that one. Rolled a natural 18.
Oh, damn. Well, I look at Davian and I'm just like, well, what do we do now? This just seems like a real not great
Davian
spot.
gestures for you to move up.
Move up?
Yeah. Like he gestures for you to come towards him.
Like, sorry. You want me to come out in the open?
He descended down the slope, the 10-foot slope there, and then went back up again onto the other side. That's what he's gesturing for you to do. You don't have to do it. That's what he's gesturing.
Fine. And I pop out and I follow him.
All right. With that, it is over to the druid's turn. So, Havok, the twigs comprising the statue, they begin to swell and twist and groan. You hear the laughter of Svarog echoing out. All of you hear this. Winter splinter, grow, drink, consume. And with that, he is going to call lightning once again. Havok, I need you to make another dexterity saving throw.
I don't think I'm going to be able to survive this one, even with a save. Nope. That's a 17.
17. That... Let me just check his save DC really quick.
Oof, that's scary, because if I'm wrong, because I have to pull my Cardiac Inspiration now before I know the result. And so if I'm wrong, I'm definitely dead. Fuck it, I'm not going to do it.
Well, that succeeds.
Oh, God. I still might go down. It's still possible.
Yeah, you do take half damage on this. So that is... So that's 17 halved.
Yeah,
so
I'm done. Oh, 17 halved. Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So that's 8. 8 points of damage.
Okay, I'm still up.
Okay, and I need you to make another strength saving throw. See if you hold on.
That's a 9. I gotta use my Cardiac Inspiration on this. I have to get this shit. All right. Strength. Oh, okay. That's plus 7. So 16?
Just because your arm is wedged, you let go, with your other hand and start to slide, and just because your arm is wedged, you almost feel like a bone crack as it catches against it. You let out a howl in pain. You're able to hold on, though. With that, the druid who initially was supposed to be watching you is going to cast Entangle in your direction again. So I need a strength save throw.
This sucks!
I mean, they see you are the main focus
I know.
at this point.
I know. That's a natural 1.
Oh,
Okay.
fuck.
So you feel these vines begin to grab you and pull you, and suddenly you get pulled back down off of the statue. Looking up now, you see the gem. The statue's starting to kind of grow up out of the ground. You see that what was about 20 feet up in the air is now 30 feet as you're pulled down to the ground, and you are currently restrained.
So sick of this bullshit.
This druid, who still has Moonbeam active on you, Stiki, and I think I may have missed on some damage for you there, but I will, that's on me, so we'll just go with it. But he is going to keep the Moonbeam active on you, so I do need you to make another... Actually, no, never mind. Sorry about that. You're totally fine, but he's just keeping it active on you. Meanwhile, this one who's kind of hiding is going to poke his head out around the corner, now reducing his cover just a bit, and he's going to cast a Moonbeam over in your direction. He's trying to hit Davian. So I need Davian to make a Constitution saving throw that he succeeds. Okay.
Woo!
Yeah, so Davian does take 9 points of damage, but he does succeed, and he is still up. And that is going to be... Oh, and then there's this guy. And this guy is looking back at you, Ezra. He's also going to cast Moonbeam. Or actually, no. He's going to cast Entangle. So these vines begin to grow up around you. His original Entangle spell falls. But with that, I need you to make a strength saving throw, Ezra.
16.
What was that?
16.
Okay, with that, you see these vines kind of popping up, and you just hop back, and eventually get away from the area that they're growing. You're able to stay out of it. And that is going to be the druid's turn. With that, we are back over to Aerith, and then it will be Havok.
So there's a Moonbeam right here around Stiki, so Aerith can't even move through that without getting hurt.
Can't move through that, but there is a path to just kind of walk up this way and then slide down.
Yeah.
But that would be in an entangled area.
Well, okay, so he can't do. Oh, sorry. Oh, I didn't mean to draw that. Oh well, he can't
he could go up and then
this and then slide that way.
Yeah, he could do that.
Okay, so that's what he'll do. He'll go up, he'll slide this way. Can he see this person? Gosh darn it, this person. Sorry, the person that he did vicious mockery to.
If he slides down to there, yes, he can.
Okay. And he'll do. Boy, Aerith, what are you gonna do, buddy? He'll use his crossbow, his light crossbow, and he'll take a shot at that guy.
Okay, roll the hit.
All right. Jeez, oh man, 6.
Yeah, he fires off towards this one, but it sails overhead. This guy is pretty well hidden behind cover, and it's just kind of tough to even get a good read on him. So unfortunately, that misses. Anything else Aerith wants to do?
He'll use his remaining, let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He'll get up to like the wall to like almost like take cover like by like getting pressed up against this like trench. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
With that, we are over to you, Havok.
So Havok's getting pulled down by these vines, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she's nearly dead, and she doesn't think she has the strength to get back up to that gem. So what she's going to do, her eyes go black, and she's going to cast silence on this area.
Okay.
So it's a 20-foot radius from a point I choose. And now we have this area blocked out, but I can see this area, right? It's just obscured from them from that side. This area, but where the statue is, because you have it boxed so where I can't see it.
Oh yeah.
But
I'll go and reveal it. You guys know where it is. Yeah.
Okay, so I can see. So yeah, this whole area surrounding this statue, silence. So I'm gonna draw it. And I'll do blue for Havok. So let's go like this. Yeah, it'll get if I do it like right on the statue, it should get like this whole area.
Okay.
Where's Alt? There we go. So whoop. Okay. I've never drawn this circle before. I'm sorry.
It's not. Yeah, it doesn't do much.
Let me try that again.
Here, I got it, man. I'll take care of it.
Yeah, like that. That's what I want. Except it goes all the way around.
Okay. Well then, yeah. I'm gonna take care of it.
I'm sorry. I've never done the circle before.
That's totally fine. But yeah, I'll take care of it. Okay, you cast silence, and suddenly the chanting that you were all hearing echoing through stops. You don't hear any chanting at the moment. With that, is there anything else you would like to do, Havok?
I'm stuck in these vines. I think it's an action to try and get out of them, isn't it?
It is, yes.
Yeah, no, that's all I got.
Okay. With that, then we are over to Davian. So Davian, looking up to the sky, then back over towards this druid that currently has a moonbeam on Stiki, is going to fire another crossbow bolt in their direction. That does hit. And that does a good amount of damage, Davian. Look at you, man. Rolled max damage. So this crossbow bolt hits the druid right in the eye. And it lets out a horrible scream. And it's going to make a concentration check to see if it can keep that moonbeam up on you, Stiki. It fails. Yes! So Stiki, the moonbeam that was damaging you is gone. And that is going... actually, with that, Davian is then going to move up even closer around this way to try and get an angle on this one. All right, that is his turn. And with that, we are over to Ezra and then Stiki.
Oh. Okay, so... I can see these bitches, right?
You actually cannot because there's fog cover all around that area right now as well.
So I can see nothing.
Not really. You can see some vague shapes, I'd say probably from this one right over here. So
okay.
you see a shape there. That would be your best sight.
All right. Well, for now then, I am gonna do why is that not in my... Oh, there it is. Yeah. I'm gonna pull out my short sword and my dagger, and I'm gonna do a little bit of two-weapon fighting.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay.
So I'm going to hit her. Him. It. Them.
Gotcha.
Well, I'm gonna try to hit them.
Roll the hit.
So that's gonna be an 18 on the short sword.
18 hits.
And then and a crit fail on the dagger. So
yeah, you lash out with the short sword, and you get the sense that this druid is not very used to close fighting. So as you lay a good cut right across the stomach and you reach out with that dagger, the druid jerks backwards, and just the jerkiness of the movement alone causes you to swing the dagger wide.
That is going to be 8 piercing damage, though.
Okay. Yeah, with that, this one is looking pretty hurt, but still up. Starting to look bloody.
And then did I hear, because I was right here the last time this motherfucker said anything. Did I hear that he wasn't, like, right here?
Yeah, you would have heard. I'd say it's tough to pinpoint exactly where he is. It's echoing. But you heard, that he's probably not in the exact spot you saw him in, yeah.
So I'm going to dispel the darkness.
Okay. So with that, the darkness dispels. There is still some gray fog and mist that has covered around this area that seems to be here in part because of the ritual itself.
Yeah.
Right. All right. With that, we are over to Stiki.
Okay. So, I have simple martial weapons. Does that mean like knives or daggers?
What do you mean? You have like you're proficient in them?
I have them on my person.
So you would have like usually it would be listed as you have a dagger, you have a sword, something like that.
It just says simple martial weapons.
Where does it say that? What does it say it under?
Light, medium, heavy armor, shields, simple martial weapons.
Yeah,
and
so those are your proficiencies. So that's saying that's what you can use.
Got it. Cool.
I know you have a sword. You do have a sword.
Yeah, and I have a silvered sword too.
Yes.
So I'm gonna take out the silvered sword.
Mm-hmm.
It's not, and I'm going. Okay, Stiki is going to rush right here near Ezra so that he has the druid in line of sight.
Okay. Near Aerith.
Feet.
Aerith. I was like,
sorry. Plant his feet and throw it.
Okay.
At the druid.
Okay. Roll a d20.
I love when you throw swords.
Add your dex mod.
With strength, or would you prefer dex?
I'd say this is dex because you're trying to hit a target from a distance.
Okay, that's fine. 22.
Yeah, that hits. Roll damage, even with his cover.
Yes.
Where'd Stiki go on the map? I don't see him.
5.
Right by Earth. 5?
I don't. He's not on mine. I don't see him.
right there.
He's not. He doesn't exist on mine. I don't see him.
With dex,
Okay.
No. Yep, that's it. 5.
All right. Yeah, you get up, and as lightning crashes overhead, kind of casting you this golden light, you chuck the sword, and it cuts through the air almost in like Zack Snyder slow motion, hitting the raindrops, slicing them in half, as it then hits this druid dead in the chest. And he just kind of looks down.
Can I add something?
Yeah.
While Stiki was releasing it, he yelled, "Havok!"
Okay. Havok, you hear Stiki screaming out for you as this happens. Or actually, I don't know if you do in the silence. Yeah. No,
let me double check that.
Yeah, I don't think you do.
No, sound can't pass through. No, I don't hear anything.
Havok, you feel in your heart Stiki screaming out for you.
I feel the vibrations of love.
This druid you hit is still up, but he's looking very hurt at this point. Anything else you want to do, Stiki?
I'm going to get up against this wall. Yeah.
Okay. As this happens, Ezra, you see Strahd begin to bring his horse over to this side of the battlefield, rising up higher in the air as he looks down at what's happening. You watch as the figure on the back of the horse turns, and you see a bat begin flying down into the battlefield. Newton, it's over to you.
I'm not liking this.
You don't say.
Why?
I mean, so I'm like in the ditch right now. Like, am I hidden in this ditch?
You feel like you have some cover.
Okay. Oh man, I don't want to go over there. So I'm just gonna yell out at the one that I've hexed again, and I'm gonna vicious mockery him, and I'm gonna say, "Get it,
Drew hid. It's a pun. Drew, you're a coward. You're just a coward. As I hide.
Okay. Jokes are funnier when you have to explain them. And he rolled a natural 1, so he failed.
All right. But this is kind of cool. My hex works on him, even with the vicious mockery.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
Aerith looks at you and says, I kind of already used that same joke.
So that's going to be 5 points of damage.
Okay. How do you want to do this?
It was such a... See, what I did was, I used such a bad pun. You hated it so bad that it made you so sick that you're dying right now. You're dead because of bad comedy.
Last thing he says is, no, understand, coming. And that one is dead. He falls to the ground. All right. Anything else you want to do, Newton? You want to move at all?
I'm saying put, man. There's nowhere safe.
Well, yeah, that's just Barovia.
No, I think I'm safe where I'm at.
Funny you should mention that.
I'm about to get shillelagh'd to death.
It is the druid's turn. But before that happens, you look up at this statue, and Havok, you swear you see within the kind of outer appearance that it has of Strahd, this kind of darkness beginning to swirl up within it. As the wood, I mean, you can't hear anything, sadly, so never mind, I won't describe the sound. As the wood begins to grow in size. But it is over to the druid's turn. So, first, the one by you, Ezra, is going to go ahead and cast Moonbeam at you. So he kind of just looks in your direction, first reaches up to the sky and just brings his hand down quickly. And as he does so, this light of radiant damage courses down to you, and you can make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, 18.
Okay, so you're going to take half damage on this. And it is radiant damage, just so you know. I don't know what that means, but
I
I'm
don't
throwing it out
think
there.
On my sheet, it does not say.
Then it's probably nothing.
Okay.
You take 4 points of radiant damage.
Okay. Okay.
So not too shabby. With that, the druid who had you, Havok, is going to go ahead and... What are they going to do? They're going to do the same thing. They're going to cast Moonbeam on you. So I need a Constitution saving throw, Havok.
The one that was by me by the rock. Gotcha. That's not in the one that's
not
the
in
one that's not in the
silence,
circle.
not in silence, yeah. I got it.
What was it? What am I making? Constitution?
Constitution.
16?
16. Okay, you take half damage on this.
Oh, I'm still gonna go down, I'm sure.
It's 4 points of damage total.
I'm not down yet, but
Okay.
looking really bad, guys.
I have nothing for you.
Yeah, I know. No one does.
You do not hear as Falrog says something in your direction, Havok. But I do need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh yeah, I'm dead.
Through the fog above you, you see lightning beginning to swirl around.
There's no point in me rolling this save, other than to see if I'm permanent dead.
There is to see if you're permanent dead.
2. Sorry, 3. I rolled the natural 2.
Havok, your concentration on the spell breaks, giving you a chance at your final words.
I think I don't have any. Just a look of shock and regret.
And so ends the life of Havok.
For real? Or like...
The druid on the side here, looking out in this direction, cannot really get a beat on Stiki, Aerith, or even Newton. So he's going to go ahead and also cast a Moonbeam over towards Davian. Davian succeeds on that saving throw. That is a 13 for Davian. Mine have, that is 6. So Davian's looking a little bit hurt at this. He kind of pulls back a little bit and glances over towards all of you, but he can't really see you at the moment. But regardless, that is going to be the druid's turn. With that, we are over to... That would be Aerith.
Because none of them can see. None of them saw that, did they? Because there's fog obscuring all of that, right?
No.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Aerith's just gonna keep pushing forward. Is this druid by this rock still up?
Yes.
I think Aerith would pop up, fire, and then pop back down with his crossbow. That is a 17 to hit.
17 does hit.
That is going to be 8 points of piercing damage.
Havok, what's your hit point maximum?
28.
Okay, yeah. And where were you at the start of that?
I was at 3. So anything more than 17 points of damage would have killed me.
Yeah. Just
straight up. Yep.
Okay.
So like you're really like he's really dead? Like there's no like
I don't know who he is, but she's dead, yeah.
Well she's really dead?
Yeah.
So there's no like saving throws?
Nope.
It's just over?
She died.
Yeah.
So right now that's not what's happening though. It's Aerith. So what did Aerith do? Sorry. Ricky, what did Aerith do?
So he's fired the crossbow, 8 points of piercing damage.
How does
Aerith
Aerith want to do this?
So he kind of almost like coming out of the trenches, like posts up and right through the head and just straight through.
Okay. That is going to be Aerith's turn. Nothing else?
Yep, that's it.
All right. Havok.
Mm-hmm.
You're surrounded by darkness. You feel cold as you kind of sit up and just see an empty expanse of nothingness around you. Then suddenly, you see a blue light flicker for a moment. Flicker again. But suddenly, the light shifts and it becomes purple. Kind of regal. And now you see the place is split in two, and you're in the dead center of it. You see purple on one side, blue on the other. And you hear a voice. You must protect them.
I tried. I'm not good enough. I'm not powerful enough. I'm not strong enough. I tried.
Do you want to be?
Do I want to be what?
Strong enough.
Yes, I want to. I just wanted to make people safer.
Say it like the leader you are.
I want to save people.
Say it!
I want to protect people!
Say it!
I want to protect people!
With that, we're over to Davian. Davian is looking pretty hurt at this point. But he's still going to push up. Seeing that other druid fell, he pushes up this way. Kind of glances up towards Strahd, who doesn't seem to be paying any mind to him. And Davian is just going to start making his way into the fog. All right, and with that, it is over to Ezra.
None of my teammates can see me, correct?
At the moment, you don't think so, no.
I'ma bite this bitch.
Okay. Tell us. Go ahead and roll your attack. Roll your attack first.
Oh, 19 to hit.
Go ahead and describe the scene to us.
I think Ezra first he does like a quick check to make sure that there's just a wall of fog. It's literally just him and this fucking druid. And he's gonna short sword and dagger, and then just lunge, grab her, and sink his teeth in.
Okay. Roll damage.
Not a lot of damage, but it's mostly to get stuff for me back. 4.
Okay. Yeah, you sink your teeth into this one. Also, make a Constitution saving throw because you are still in the moonbeam.
17.
Okay. You do take half damage, which is 4 points of radiant damage.
Okay, well, I'm just not going to take any then, because
Yeah.
that's exactly what I just healed for.
But you do bite into this druid whose eyes go wide as you do so. But not with fear. With admiration and respect.
And then I'm gonna, not trying to throw her to the ground, just kind of like tossing her aside, and so I can whirl myself out of the moonbeam.
Okay. You're able to do so. You get out of the moonbeam. Where are you moving to? If you're moving.
Just like to the side of it. Just
Okay.
Out of it.
Probably just like 5 feet, like here.
Yeah.
Because it's like right there. All right. You are able to move away from it. Is there anything else you want to do?
Actually, yeah, I am gonna move just a little bit more.
Okay.
To see if I can see through the
I'd say from
lighting
this
is kind of
point, as you get closer, you can see a figure in the fog right there, a human figure.
Okay.
Or a humanoid figure, at least.
Okay. That's it. That's my turn.
Okay. With that, we are over to Stiki.
Stiki climbs up and books it straight to where he last saw Havok.
Okay, where you last saw Havok at the start of this battle was probably over here.
But I can see the top of the statue, right?
You can see the top of the statue, but I would say no. You know, I'll say that you guys probably would have seen Havok hanging on it at one point. Sure. So
Okay.
that's your best sense of where Havok could be.
Cool.
Okay.
Stiki is going to run, and I think that gets me about right here.
Yeah, you were there, so you could get like right to the statue if you'd like.
Cool. And as I'm running, Stiki is screaming, Havok!
And as you get to the statue's base and you see it growing, you look down to the side where you see the charred body of Havok not moving on the ground.
Can I please unsheath my greatsword?
Was that the sword you used to throw at the druid?
No.
Okay, then yeah.
Okay, I unsheath it and turn around and in a fucking rage, try and go after this dude.
Okay, roll the hit.
Can I use my strength?
So yeah, you can use your strength bonus plus your proficiency bonus.
Okay, so that is 19.
Yeah, that hits. Roll damage.
$15.
15 points of damage? Damn! Alright, you run up to this one who is chanting, not even paying attention to you, and you just grab them by the shoulder and gut them with your greatsword, looking into their eyes as you do so, and you see them not breaking focus on what they're doing, but tears begin to stream down as they are just straining with every force of will in their body to keep this ritual going on their end. But you did a lot of damage in just one swing. Is there anything else you want to do?
Yeah, so if he's holding the greatsword with both hands and you said it's in his butt?
So he's not. He's literally still just focused ahead. You put your hand on his shoulder and kind of gutted him. You still have the greatsword in your hand. Yeah.
Cool. So he lets go of the shoulder and he puts both hands on the greatsword and he rips up so that the blade comes up through the throat.
Okay. I would say that is the second attack. You don't have multi-attack, right?
No, but
no,
but what if you let me anyway?
Second wind.
I do.
Second
Oh, wait,
wind.
action surge,
Second wind
action
is
surge.
yeah. So second wind is the one that gets you hit points back. I don't know if you have action surge yet, 'cause I think that's level 2.
I think it's level 2. Yeah.
No, not yet.
Yeah, so you don't have it yet, unfortunately.
Fuck.
But you're kind of getting ready for that move, and even as they're maintaining concentration, you see like one eye just look at you in fear, and that is going to be your turn. With that, a low cracking and resonant, monstrous roar is audible from the statue as the shape within it begins to solidify. Winter Splinter is born! Newton, it's over to you.
You have to have a TPK.
I'm gonna run as close as I'm pretty far away right now, right? So I'm trying to see how far is it to that cover right above that horn dude.
So I don't know if you guys have the ruler on the side here, but that is 25 feet for you. But to get up the ledge, it costs you 10 feet of movement.
Oh,
to
okay.
climb up it. So just bear that in mind.
Can I just use my sprint action and get there?
So sprint is, remember, it's a straight line, 150 feet. This is not a straight line because you have to climb up. You can use your action and your bonus action to dash, or your action and your movement rather. So you sacrifice your action for movement if you'd like.
Okay.
That gives you 60 feet total to move.
Yeah, I'm gonna move to that cover.
Okay. You rush your way forward, making it all the way up to the cover.
And then that's it.
Okay. You are kind of... Oh, yeah. You're okay. With that, it is over to the druids. At this point, the lightning around Yesterhill increases in the intensity. The stone circle begins striking Newton. A bolt crashes right near you as you hear some laughter in your head. Svarog is going to make his way forward towards you, Stiki. Actually, no. He's not even worried about it. But this guy is going to go ahead and cast Entangle on you, Stiki. I need you to make a strength saving throw.
I can do that. $22.
Okay. These vines begin to kind of grasp at your feet, but you're not even worried about moving at the moment. You are right where you want to be with this druid. And so just kind of stepping your way around them, they don't have any purchase. The one by you, Ezra, drops Moonbeam and walks slowly behind you. As you kind of glance over your shoulder, they put their hands up. They drop to their knees. And they bow down towards you.
There's our romance.
I assume I can't say anything yet.
I'll allow you to say something in response as this is happening.
I think at first there'll just be a little mutter of and then just you can show fealty by getting them to stop.
No.
That's it.
Coming.
No. Wait, it's an orc, right?
I don't believe. No, this one is not. That was the one that was over by Stiki.
Oh man.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. That wasn't your turn. That was their turn. I was just letting you say something.
That's fair. That's fair.
All right. That is their turn though, and with that we are over to Aerith.
So Aerith, can Aerith see at least the top of this thing, like starting to like?
Yeah,
like
for sure. This statue is rising up out of the mist.
And he's gonna take out a little piece of mica, and he's gonna start humming like almost like a Gregorian chant, and it's gonna build. It's gonna start to reverberate, and he's gonna snap the mica and cast Shatter on the top of this statue that's starting to like come to life.
Okay.
So if it's made of inorganic material, I mean it's made of wood, I guess, but I don't know. It gets disadvantage. I don't know, but otherwise it's a 14 Constitution saving throw.
That is a failure.
Okay. That is 13. 18 points of thunder damage.
Okay. 18 points of thunder damage. Let me mark that off here.
And he's just going to hunker down where he's at as he sees this thing starting to come to life. Like, no, thank you.
Okay. With that, it is over to Havok. Havok, you scream out, and as you do so, you watch as the blue light begins to recede, and the purple light begins to grow, enveloping you. And then all you see is darkness. With that, we are over to Davian. So Davian, looking around, trying to understand what exactly to do, finds his way up towards this druid and is just going to take out a short sword and try and attack it.
Come on, Davian.
He does hit.
Doing work.
And he cuts into this one, doing a good amount of damage. This one hasn't really been hit yet. But he slices into him, just kind of throwing off his concentration. And that is going to be his turn. With that, we are over to Ezra.
Not as like intimidation or anything, but I think Ezra's just gonna kind of like bare his fangs at this one. Oop, oh, I'm rulered, so at this one.
Yeah.
And then he's gonna go attack this one with bite and specifically try to get the vocal cords.
Okay. Go ahead and roll to hit.
I am so fucking anxious. Say anything. Oh, fuck. 22.
That hits. Roll damage, and that's high enough for the vocal cords, too.
Ooh.
It's only 2 damage, but I did what I wanted.
You still sink your fangs into this one's throat and bite into it. That's where I don't know where vocal cords are. Where the vocal cords are.
No, you're right.
Okay.
They're here.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah. Okay, you sink your teeth in there, and you pull away just a chunk of flesh as blood begins to kind of ooze out. And somehow the chant is still going. You can't tell how strongly it's coming from this druid in particular, but the chant around is still echoing.
Has anyone else seen MacGruber?
Anything else you want to do, Ezra?
I would also like to bare my fangs at him, at her or them.
You get it is a her, and you get the sense too of like a big respect suddenly shown to you. But the chanting, the gargled chanting, continues.
Can I like point and like do like a point at like the other people and do like a enough kind of signal?
Sure, make a charisma check. I'd say at disadvantage because they are a part of this like order. They have someone they're listening to.
Persuasion?
I'd say charisma because part of it is just can they understand what you're saying in this moment.
Valid.
Plus you're in fog now. That one behind you can't really see as well.
I swear to God, I rolled a 19 and then a nat 20.
Okay. You get the sense they understood what you
22,
said.
23.
They're kind of looking around. They seem a bit confused. They do seem like they might listen to you on their turn.
Okay.
But you don't know. You feel like you did get through to them at least. With that, we're over to Stiki.
So my sword is still in this dude.
Yeah.
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 Cool. I'm going to rip it up.
Okay.
Push down on the pommel and make it come up through his throat.
Roll an attack. I'd say at advantage because you're not actually like swinging to hit. You're already in. This is just you.
Miss
twisting the blade.
Shit.
With advantage?
Yeah.
Thank God, because the first roll was a 2.
16 hits. Roll damage.
$11.
11. How do you want to do this?
As painfully as possible and screaming in his face, like cursing him. He's like, "How dare you kill my friend!" And like he turns orcish. He's like, and yeah.
As you're screaming, you're bringing the blade right up the chest, all the way through the head, slicing this person in two. As blood shoots out onto your face, and you barely even notice. You're just screaming in rage.
Oh my God.
Anything else you want? Anything else you want to
do? He plants his feet, holding his greatsword, and he makes eye contact with the druid. This one.
Okay. You
just like,
can't read. You can't read minds, but you get the sense they're thinking, "Oh fuck! Oh fuck! Oh fuck! Oh fuck!" And that is going to be your turn. At this point, the chanting stops. The air seems to go still for a moment as the fog that was circling the statue begins to fall back, suddenly revealing the battlefield to you all. You watch as the druids that were chanting begin to step away from the statue. But as they do so, you hear the wood beginning to creak within the statue once again. Loud. It begins to grow louder and louder. And suddenly, an explosion is heard as all of the wood shatters outwards, shooting out across at all of you. You throw up your arms to deflect the bits of wood that are being thrown. And what you see the massive form of Winter Splinter. as it lets out a... That we're over to Newton.
So it's huge, right? There's no missing it.
It is very large.
Okay.
It is about 40 feet tall. Maybe a bit more.
So I'm gonna, I just mumble to myself. I'm like, well, I guess I shoot that thing, and I stick my, I stick my head out from behind cover and Eldritch Blast him. I hex him first, and then Eldritch Blast him.
Okay, go ahead and roll to hit. Now you see this kind of massive figure. There's like almost like the right arm and leg that are on the ground, and then the left arm and leg, and then the kind of core of the trunk. So which are you aiming for exactly?
I'm aiming for his face, whatever that is.
That'd probably be like the core. So
yeah. Ooh. Am I allowed to use Cardiac Inspiration on a crit fail?
I think we said no to that in the past, so that's a big no, unfortunately.
Oh well, crit fail. I just shoot straight up in the air. Just.
Okay. You shoot.
And then I duck back behind the rock there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's going to be your turn. With that, it is over to the druids. Newton, you see Svarog beginning to make his way away from the battlefield.
Bitch.
You see the other druids, Ezra, even the two that are looking at you, kind of start to back up as well, seeing this thing come out, and the one by Havok begins to back away. This guy is dead, of course. The one by Davian begins to back away as Davian's just staring up at this monstrosity. And this one is backing away as well. The one behind Winter Splinter starts to back away before Winter Splinter swings down this massive branch and just crushes the druid to the ground. And with that, Winter Splinter is going to begin making its way away. And you hear Svarog shout, "Yes! Destroy their winery! Kill the Martikovs!" And with that, we are over to good ol'
Aerith.
Yes.
Yeah, Aerith.
I'm sorry, Winter Splinter would have gotten a bit further.
Okay. God. Okay. Still close enough to Aerith to do what I might want to do. And speed allows. Okay. This might be a bad idea. Aerith is going to run. Fuck, no, that's not gonna work. Okay, he is gonna follow, kind of start to follow this thing, be like, crap, and start to follow after, along with this thing. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Probably get about right here.
Okay.
And he's gonna cast. Gosh, this changes to everything. I did not expect it to happen just in a second. Oh, fuck. He's going to cast another Shatter. So it's a Constitution 14.
Okay. Is there a particular spot he's aiming at? So what you see here, as this creature's moving, it's moving somewhat almost like a humanoid. So it's got like a right arm, a right leg, a right... Yeah, so you're going for the core?
Core, yeah.
Okay. And what was that to hit?
Well, it's a Constitution saving throw.
Yes. That is a success.
Okay, so it takes half, so that would be 6.
Okay.
Damage.
All right, it takes 6 damage. This kind of loud crack of thunder rings out, but it barely notices. and just continues to move. And actually, I would say that damage that Aerith had done with the shatter previously, you did see like this thing's head wasn't kind of fully formed, but as it began to move, vines began growing back in its place. And so some of that damage that was done looks like it was replaced.
Okay.
All right. And that is going to be their turn. With that, we're... Oh, does Aerith want to move? Sorry.
No, he already used his movement to get
Gotcha.
up to the thing.
Gotcha. With that, we are over to Havok. So Havok. You blink. And suddenly you feel rain hitting your face again. You see Stiki screaming in a rage near you. You hear the loud stomps of this monster, whatever this is, as you glance over and see it beginning to move away. And that is your turn for the moment. Just coming back to consciousness, trying to more or less just realign yourself with what is happening. I am going to send you something
Okay.
to your email.
Okay.
It should be arriving right about now. Please make note of it for your next round. With that, we are over to Davian. So Davian, looking at this monster, Ezra and Stiki, make a perception check for me.
4.
8.
Okay. Davian runs behind this stone and suddenly is gone. And that's his turn. With that, we are over to Ezra.
So, hoping that they get like the message, because like even those language barriers, with very simple things, you can usually still understand some for a person.
Yeah.
Ezra's just going to say, and then do 3 magic missiles. He's going to do magic missile. It just does 3 darts. Can I see a glowing core still? Like, can I still see like a glowing?
There's definitely the green energy is still emanating from the kind of center of this being. It's glowing brightly, but you get the sense it's not easily accessible.
I'm gonna do 1 dart at like its eye to see if that does anything.
Okay.
And then 2 darts to its core.
Okay.
So the 1 dart to its eye is gonna do 3 damage.
Okay.
And then 7 damage to the core.
Okay. As it hits the eye, these 3 darts kind of course through the air. One swirls around, hits the other, kind of hit the back, right where the light is emanating from. Doesn't seem to slow the creature down at all. Doesn't seem to affect it too much. It just keeps going.
Well, he's just gonna start running.
Okay, there you go.
Just right over here.
Gotcha. All right. With that, it is over to Stiki.
I think Stiki is just raging. And he's gonna attack any druid he sees in his path. So this is a druid, yes?
Yeah.
Cool. Stiki's going to bum rush this poor fellow, and slice and dice.
All right, roll the hit.
Wow, an unnatural 20.
Roll damage.
$21.
21 points of damage?
Mm-hmm. Because I use strength.
How do you want to do this?
At this point, I think Stiki is sobbing. And he comes running with the sword angled at the throat. So he stabs it in the throat. And then turns to face the other druid and yanks it out and just stares at the other druid behind him.
Okay. Yeah, this druid tries to say something in druidic as you rush to cast a spell or something, but you barely even hear it as your blade cuts through, and as you slide the body off, you see the druid elder behind looking at you bit nervously. Anything else you want to do, Stiki?
Yeah. He goes, "This is where
if you'd like, you could move up to that druid so that if he does move, you could get an opportunity attack.
Yes.
You still have movement.
Yes.
All right. With that, it is over to Newton.
My eyes are still on this giant thing, so he's just going to try to shoot again, straight at the thing's core. 19.
19 does hit. Roll damage.
8 points of damage.
Okay. This thing is... You hit it with the Eldritch Blast. It looks like some of the roots where the core is, where the light is, start to fade a bit. The light grows a bit brighter from that area, as though you guys are making an impact there. It's still up, still definitely okay, but you're having an impact. Anything else you want to do?
No.
Okay. With that, it is the druid's turn. So, as you made your way forward to... you did make your way forward, Stiki?
Oh, is that the elder? I was going to ask you, who is the elder?
Yeah. That's the one who you were...
Perfect, thank you.
He just looks at you and says, "Maybe you should join your friend." And he calls lightning down onto you. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
I rolled a nat 1.
Oh.
Ooh.
Buddy.
Ah.
Oh.
Oh, fuck.
So that's 23 points of lightning damage, Stiki.
Oh, yeah. Stiki just died.
Now,
Wait,
how many hit points did you have?
14.
Okay, so you're not dead, but you're down.
Okay.
Havok, as you look up, the first thing you recognize is Stiki falling to the ground, unconscious. Svarog standing over Stiki's body. And that is their turn. Winter Splinter, meanwhile, is going to continue making his way.
Punk ass Drew is not going to do anything. Fuck them.
Actually, good point. This one follows after you, Ezra. Very persuasive. And is just going to look at Winter Splinter and cast Moonbeam. That is a success for Winter Splinter.
Oh, fuck him.
Still takes 4 points of damage, and it all counts. But you watch as this radiant light hits Winter Splinter, who then begins to move out of it almost instantly. some of the vines, the roots, the wood around it begin to regrow. And it looks better than it did a moment ago. Winter Splinter is going to use all of its movement to get to the edge of the first terrace. And it's about to hop down to the next level. With that, we are over to Aerith.
Okay, Aerith.
So I can't do it on the map, by the way, but just to be clear, Winter Splinter is probably more like over there.
Okay, how far is that?
Off the map. And there is a 10-foot rock wall in the way.
Oh, so Aerith can't see over that.
No. You could slide down and go around. I think he has that in the movement. Because sliding down doesn't cost anything extra.
Yeah, he's going to slide down and go around to see where this thing's going. And then how... Is it, like, on the edge there?
On the edge of glory, yeah.
I'm on the edge! But, okay. So it's at least within 60 feet, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Jesus, this sucks. Man, Aerith doesn't have a lot to do here. Aerith is going to cast Fairy Fire. Kind of makes a puff of this kind of glowing pink dust at this thing. I think, wait, is Fairy Fire 60 feet? I'm so sorry. I'm not used to playing Aerith. Okay, cool. So yeah, and he'll do that again. That's going to be Dexterity 14 saving throw.
Okay. That is a success.
Okay. Damn it.
Anything
He
else?
tried.
Yeah.
Oh, guys! That's all he's going to say.
Okay. With that, we are over to Havok.
So I'm still kind of on the ground, right? Like laying down.
You're
prone.
Seated up.
Okay. I kind of... You see Havok. Anybody that can see Havok sees this, like, purple aura around her. And it is almost like distorting, almost like a mirage type of thing. Where it's like anything that you kind of like look past around this aura is kind of distorting. And she looks up at this druid and she rises to her feet without like lifting a muscle, just onto her feet. And she's going to look at this thing, which is anger, and looking down at Stiki. Goodbye. And she's going to cast Banishment on this druid.
Okay. What saving throw is that?
It's a... I just had it by poll. I changed what I was looking at to look at Fairy Fire. I believe it's a Charisma saving throw of 18.
Okay. As Havok says this, Starrock is gone.
And then, unfortunately, I'm just gonna hang out with Stiki here I'm gonna walk over to Stiki.
Okay. Stiki in this kind of almost dead state, you feel this purple light begin to grow closer to you. And you see Havok alive, looking down at you. But you're fading and out of consciousness. Maybe this isn't even real. Maybe this is just you.
I think Stiki's thought is, yeah, I'm done. I'm dead. I died. That's it.
You're about to join Havok. Alright, with that, we are over to Ezra.
Oh, right, because Davian left. I was like, no. Okay. Fuck me. I am going to use my movement. I can get to here. And then I have a climbing speed that's equal. So that was 20 feet. That's equal to my...
Walking.
What I'm asking is how much movement would it take to get up over the wall from here?
If it's equal, then you just treat it the same. So it's 10 feet to be 10 feet.
Okay, so I have 35 feet of movement, so I'd get to like almost the end. Like I'd be hanging up on the top.
Yeah. I mean, I'd say you pull yourself up. You're up on the top.
I have 35 feet of movement.
Yeah, so you with that, you're able to pull yourself up.
And then can I firebolt it?
Yeah, yeah.
Right at the glowing orb?
Yeah, roll the hit.
Dirty 20.
That hits, roll damage.
And then I'm going to use a sorcerer point and do it empowered, so I'm going to roll that again.
Okay.
Okay, it's only one more, but that's fine. So that's going to be 5 fire damage.
Okay. As this fire hits, you get the sense that it does seem to hurt the creature a bit more than perhaps other types of damage would. More of the wood seems to be burned away from that attack. Anything else you want to do?
That's it. That's it for that turn.
Okay. With that, Stiki, this is your first death saving throw.
Woo! Alright.
Okay. With that, we are back over to Newton.
So, like, I can't see this thing's head anymore.
Because it's so tall, and you're not like far away from that wall. If you were up against it, you might not be able to. But since you're further back, you can see the thing. Yeah.
So, can I move up closer and then shoot an Eldritch Blast at his head?
Yeah, move as close as you like.
Yeah, let's move towards the wall.
I'd say you'd probably have to fire before you get up to the wall, but you can easily do that.
Yeah. So I'll move. I'll run after it and try to shoot at its head.
All right, roll the hit.
I'm gonna use Cardiac Inspiration.
Do it,
buddy.
So it's going to be got an 8 on my Cardiac, so it's going to be a 17.
So you're aiming at the main part of the body, the core?
Whatever I can see, the head, yeah.
17 misses, unfortunately.
Oh.
So you fire and it just misses as the creature's beginning to take its step down to get to the next level.
Okay.
Oh, bro.
Very close. Just missed. Anything else you want to do?
I'm just gonna back up against the wall.
Okay. With that, we are over to the druids. So the rest of the druids are, for the most part, just leaving. This one chases after you, Ezra, trying to do your bidding, and casts another moonbeam towards the creature.
Well, he could just move the moonbeam without casting it.
Oh, very true. That's what he does. But does move towards you anyway. Unfortunately, that is... Well, that's a failure. Yay. So... more damage, about 8 points of damage onto Winter Splinter. At this point...
8 with a fail? What the fuck kind of roll is that, you druid asshole?
Yeah. 2d10, not too much. With that, Winter Splinter begins to grow back once again. So the damage that was done to it again looks as though it's kind of fading in that moment.
All of it, or a little bit? How much does it look like it's healing?
It looks like a good amount of heal, but not full.
Is the implication here that we can't stop this fucker?
I can't put a number value on it. I could.
If you were to,
I could.
though.
I could, but I won't. With that, Winter Splinter is just going to begin going to jump down to the next level. So as it does that, I'm going to go ahead and take us off the battle map because I don't think we need it for this point. It's just going to be Theater of the Mind. As Winter Splinter jumps down to the next level, you no longer can see its head. It is on the 3rd tier. So, with that, we are over to Aerith.
Okay. So the Aerith can't see it anymore, huh?
He'd have to. He could if he gets up to the edge, which he probably can do in this movement. Then
Okay.
he'd be able to.
Then that's what he's gonna. He's gonna climb up and look over, see if he sees where this thing is.
Okay. He makes his way to the edge of this area, and what he sees now is those vines that make their way down the mountain, or the hill. It's a hill.
Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah. We discussed this. Okay. I mean, he's gonna attempt to, and you can see it.
Yeah.
Oh God. Okay. How far away is it about?
He jumped down. It's about 50 feet away. 50 feet down.
Okay. He's going to. He's gonna try and. Gosh. He's just gonna try and shoot the thing with a crossbow because none of his spells really do that more damage than that. Oh no. Well, that dice is gone forever. That's a 16.
16 misses, unfortunately. So he
Guys,
fires down. It actually
away.
does hit, but it just deflects off. As Aerith cries out that it's getting away. With that, we are over to Havok.
Havok is going to look down to Stiki. And she is going to kind of kneel next to him, kind of put her hand on his face very gently, and she is going to cast Cure Wounds at a 5th level.
Okay.
So Stiki, you heal. That's 2 8s and a 7. That's pretty awesome. That's 16, 25, 26, 29 health points as this purple energy just fuses into you.
This dark purple energy fuses into you.
And as your eyes open, Havok, again, eyes just glowing purple and just purpose and determination in her face, says, "We have work to do." And she starts walking away towards this thing, towards Winter Splinter. Just using my 30 feet of movement to get to the edge of the wall.
Gotcha. With that, we're over to Ezra.
All right. I'm going to tell you what I want to do, and then you're going to tell me how many rounds I can do with it. I would like to Misty Step 30 feet. I'm using my last 2nd level spell slot to Misty Step as close as possible, which is 30 feet. And then I have 35 movement. I would like to get to it and try to climb up it.
So you want to Misty Step, because right now it's a level below you guys, which is about 100 feet. And you want to Misty Step down beneath it and then try and climb up it? How far can you Misty Step?
30 feet.
So you wouldn't be able to get down to the 3rd tier.
So I at least want to get down 35 feet climbing. And then I'm going to use my action to get down the rest of it. And then I would like to, nope, and that's it. And that's going to be because I don't have another bonus action other than Misty Step, and I want to save that for the moment.
So let me see if I got this. Because right now you're at the top of the rocks, so it's going to take you a little bit just to get to the edge.
Okay.
I'd say about 15 feet of movement.
Okay.
So you get to the edge. You want to climb down the vines that
I have 70 feet of movement total.
Gotcha. But what I'm trying to, because he's down there, so you want to climb down the vines.
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and make a. This would be a dexterity check because these vines are not super easy to climb, even with your climbing speed.
That's going to be a crit fail.
Okay. You start to climb your way down, and your hand slips. And Ezra, you begin to fall 100 feet.
Can I Misty Step to lessen that damage by a little bit?
When are you gonna Misty Step?
I mean, does it matter? At a
Well,
certain
if
point
you
velocity.
Misty Stepped, well, not in D&D rules, luckily.
If you Misty Step at the top,
right, then you're taking more. I don't know. But yes, you can Misty Step to reduce the damage. That's what I'll do. I'll reduce.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to Misty Step to reduce the damage.
So you quickly Misty Step to try to reduce it from the top as you continue to fall. And as some of you hear Ezra's shout in surprise, the thought flies through your head. It's all down Yesterhill from here. And that's where we're going to end tonight.
Oh, God!
Wait, can I know how much damage I took so I know if I need to prep another character sheet?
You absolutely can next week.
Oh, fuck you.
Thanks. Oh, God.
All right, guys. We will be picking up with this moment with Ezra mid-air falling down. We will be picking up with this moment. It will be, we'll deal with that damage, and then we'll be over to Stiki's turn, and then we'll go from there. But thank you all so much for the battle tonight. We will see what happens next.
Ooh, buddy.
But until next time, from all of us here at Character Player to you, good night.
Bye.
Bye.